Good morning, everybody. Welcome. It's Sunday, so we're here in the potting shed. I am Bex. This is Adam.
I am. How you doing?
You are Adam.
I am Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. This is Adam, our award-winning gardener. Yes, it's the pair of us in the potting shed. Welcome into the potting shed. Thank you for spending your Sunday morning with us. I was just logging in to YouTube to see who is here. Who is in? Loads of you. Look at you, Marissa, Olwyn, Anne, Eleanor. Good morning to you. I met Eleanor yesterday at the flower show. Hello. Neil and Bill. Good morning to everybody. Hey. It's lovely to have your company. You can join the chat on YouTube. You can join the chat on Facebook. Actually, do you have access to Facebook? Jake. We've got Jake. Jake's in control today. Jake is going to be keeping an eye on Facebook as well. So if you're on Facebook, I know Amanda, you're normally there. He'll keep an eye on that one. You can email us on ygtv@yougarden.com, and then any emails will come through to us so that we can have a little look at your pictures and things. So please get involved in the chat. It's lovely when you join in with us. There's a code on the screen, Adam.
There is a code.
What does it do?
That code does lots and lots of things. When we have fantastic offers, when we have double ups, when we have buy one get one free. If you want free P&P, you need to enter the code every time. And I tell you, when you put that code in, the difference it makes is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's going to make a real big difference on, a lot of items today. So many of them, but there's a couple in particular. I think there was one it's over 40 or over £50 you save for ordering one item, literally by just entering that code when you place your order. We'll show you it. Honestly, it's incredible. And you do that when you place your order via the website, by the way. So there's a little box that says, do you have an offer code? Yes, you do. That is the offer code that you put in. So when you go to the website, look, this is what it looks like. You want to click on the Live Now button or that YouGarden TV bit there, or you can scroll down a little bit. It says YouGarden TV, you can click in there. If you scroll down here, look, this is where you can watch on the website if you want to. You can also watch on YouTube and Facebook. But this is all the items that have been selected for the live today. Everything that you see on this particular page will have that free postage as long as you enter the code. Once you add something into your basket, you can then go through. It'll say, do you have an offer code? Put that code in. It will knock off those savings and it will knock off any postage charges as well.
And
it's very exciting.
For one particular item today, putting that code in...
It's over 40 or it's over £50. I can't quite remember.
It'll knock that amount off.
Just on the one item by simply adding one code in. That is how good that offer code is. Of course, you can join the club as well. I know most of you are club members. If you're not a club member, you can join the club on your first shopping trip today, on your first order, and you will save 15% off that order. And that's for plants, that's for compost, that's for the pots that we've got selected for today as well. Costs you just £10 to join. That's your annual fee. Pay it as a one-off cost. If you keep your membership running, it is on auto-renewal, and if you keep that running, if you don't let it lapse, it will only ever be £10 that you pay for that club membership as well, which is brilliant. And as you can see, you get that 15% off your plants and accessories. There's certain things on the website like outdoor living machinery. You get discount from that as well, 7.5%. You're going to get £20 worth of product vouchers. It splits down into £5 vouchers. You're supposed to use one per quarter, but you don't have to. You can actually use them all in one day if you want to, on 4 separate orders. Pay attention to the end date on those vouchers. The start date means nothing. Just pay attention to the end date, OK? There's loads of reasons to join the club. We've got over 40,000 members, probably over 50,000 by now. But yeah, we're all club members and we're all saving loads of money. So that's all the boring stuff, that's all the housekeeping. Please get involved in the chat. Let us know what you're doing. Let us know what's going on in your garden. What are you thinking about? What's working well? What isn't working well? What are you planning for your, autumn jobs? I'm sorry, I know we're still in summer, but we've got to start thinking ahead, haven't we?
I think we rephrased it the other day.
What did you say?
I think we said there's a seasonal change coming to try and avoid the A word. We said, after August, there's a seasonal change coming.
I know.
So we don't want to talk about that, do we? But we've had a fantastic summer, haven't we? I mean,
it's glorious. And still loads left.
Yeah, and it's been one of the... I know we needed more rain, but, I can't remember summer. We've had so many blue skies.
It's been lovely.
And so many warm evenings.
It's been really, really nice. But yeah, sorry, gardeners, time to start thinking ahead. However, we still have some amazing plants for you. And the Nandina Lemon and Lime, this is something that actually you don't even need to worry about any kind of seasonality with, do you?
You don't, no, because whether it's mid-June or mid-January, this plant always looks fantastic. And it's a box ticker. It ticks pretty much all the boxes. First thing to say is evergreen. So all the year through, you're not looking at sticks in the winter, you're looking at beautiful green foliage. It's upright, it's slow growing, probably will never get to more than about 1 metre tall, doesn't need pruning, doesn't need shaping. It is drought tolerant once established. It will take the frost, it will take the snow. They flower eventually as well. They'll even produce berries. You can grow them in pots, you can grow them in containers, you can grow them in beds and borders. You can even grow them as a little hedge if you want to. And the great thing about this one is, kind of the clues in the name on this one, lemon and lime, because the new foliage comes through a kind of a bright, almost lemony colour, and then it fades down to kind of a more lime green. So you've always got that interest with that contrasting foliage colour. And you've just got a plant that all the year through looks great, looks happy, looks cheerful. You might have an area where you've got lots of herbaceous perennials, and a lot of those die down in the winter, and you're just left with bare earth. A plant like this will just keep you looking good, or your garden looking good through the winter. Of course, if you grow something like this in a container, you can just change the actual bedding around it seasonally. So, for instance, if you've got one of these growing in a pot in summertime, you could have petunias, you could have geraniums, you could have lobelia, you could have all those kind of things growing around the base of it. And then in the autumn, when they've gone over, you can take them out. You can go for your violas, your winter flowering pansies, your primulas. So this can always be kind of your mainstay plant in the middle, and you can just change the mood around it, different seasons.
I absolutely adore our Nandina range. I think it's one of those bulletproof plants that we talk about that just is going to keep looking beautiful no matter the season, no matter the weather, and no matter sort of the aspect that you put it in your garden as well, because it can cope in sun, it can cope in shade.
Yeah,
it's absolutely,
definitely.
It's like a superhero plant for your garden, and a perennial, and quite a long-lived one as well, isn't it?
Oh, goodness me, yeah. I mean, 20, 30 years easily, and tough as old boots.
Tough as old boots,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And so once established, really drought tolerant as well. I mean, it really does tick loads of boxes. I've planted loads of Nandinas over the years for people, not this one, but Nandina Obsessed, other types, and they've gone through all the winters that's been thrown at them, they've got through all the dry summers. They are really, really lovely shrubs. And the part of the world they come from places like Korea and Japan and China that have really, really much colder winters than ours, and yet they survive.
Brilliant. 511269 is the item number. Go to YouGarden.com to place your order. The phone lines are open as well. Still open on a weekend up until 4 o'clock this afternoon. So you've got plenty of time to, make your list of your item numbers. If you want to use the phone lines, you can. Give them the offer code and they will sort it out for you. Kyle, I'm so sorry. He said that the code isn't working on the Solia. I can't fix that for you, and I'm really sorry about that. Of course, you could try the phone line if you want to, or you could maybe message customer services. The email address is cs@yougarden.com and let them know you're trying to place the order. Somebody will be able to look into it for you. I don't know whether you'll get a response on that today, but certainly tomorrow they would be back in. I'm sorry that obviously being a Sunday, there's only a handful of people here, so apologies that isn't working, but somebody will be able to look into it for you. Okay?
Sometimes that code does kind of hang around for a few days as well, doesn't
Absolutely.
it?
Absolutely. I mean, look, we start our week on a Thursday,
Yeah.
so that code is in existence until next Thursday. Sometimes it's worth trying a couple of the previous week's codes. 32, 31. Do you know what I mean? We always go up. So next week it'll be 34.25. The week after it'll be 35.25. Sometimes it's worth trying a couple of the previous week's codes because that might actually make the difference. If not, customer services will be able to look into that for you. Apologies, I can't do anything about that. Okay, so yes, £12.74 for the Nandina, £5 saving when you enter that code, and of course the £6.99 postage will be taken away as well. So even on that item right there, what's that? $11.99 you're saving just by entering one code.
And I do like to point out, if you've got one of those £5 vouchers,
you love it, don't
I do.
you?
You could knock another £5 off of that, which is just the insane price for that. That should be $24.99. Or the garden centre near me, the one I always mention, the one beginning with F, not the D. They wouldn't shy away from $24.99, perhaps $29.99 for a beautiful shrub like that.
All right, so 511269 for the Nandina. Let's take you on to the hibiscus that I've got in my garden. Garden. I absolutely adore this one. It's called Hibiscus Marina. Just take a little look at those gorgeous flowers, will you please? Because that is a sight to behold. When that is in flower, that is one of the most beautiful hibiscus. Now, I do want you to go for this. If you love this one, it's a great price. It's a £5 saving. It's £16.99 as your discount club price, no postage to pay on this. And we will sing the virtues of this plant. However, if you're looking for, more plants, more hibiscus plants with, a bit more of a saving, we're going to come to that in a minute, where you're going to get 3 of them. But I do adore this one, so have a little look at this one as well.
And I'm lucky enough, Bex, where I live, because my neighbours opposite have got 2 of these in their front garden. They're flowering their socks off right now. They've been flowering for weeks, and they are just so stunningly beautiful.
You've got this particular variety?
I haven't, but my neighbours have, opposite.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Yeah, so Andy and Denise opposite. I've got 2, and every year for about 5 or 6 weeks, they're just covered in these blue flowers. I open my kitchen blinds in the morning, and I look across to the front of their garden, and I see 2 of these. They're about 1.5 metres tall, and they are just stunningly beautiful.
It's the colour of the flower.
Yeah, it is.
There is something about the colour of that particular flower. I don't want to say it's blue. I don't want to say it's purple. It is the perfect combination of the 2 colours blended together. It's amazing.
Yeah. And we're talking about this being hardy. These can go down to -20. They are exceptionally tough. I mean, when you go on holiday, you see the hibiscus when you're abroad, the orange, the yellow ones, they won't take any frost. These, they're cousins. These are a different type of hibiscus, really tough, beautiful upright habit on these soil. That's what I love about them. They grow bolt upright, and they've got a sort of almost like a goblet kind of shape to the actual shrub when they grow. They can get to a couple of metres tall, but dead easy to prune as well. If yours gets too tall, late winter to mid-spring, cut them down to the height you want them to be. Come sort of May, June time, they'll reshoot, and those new shoots will flower the same year. So no hassle with pruning.
And it's good to do a little pruning on hibiscus as well, isn't it? It encourages more flowers to come through, but it can actually encourage larger flowers to come through as well.
Yeah, I find that, Bex, to be honest. Yeah, if you leave them sort of year after year, the flowers can get a little bit smaller. So yeah, kind of that rejuvenative sort of pruning every spring just really kind of keeps them really fresh and vigorous and upright. The pollinating insects adore these as well.
Oh my word, they do.
Yeah, they absolutely love them. But and each flower only lasts a day, but don't worry about that, because they just keep producing flowers day after day after day after day. If you want a shrub that is bone hardy, really neat, upright habit, easy to prune, drought tolerant once established, stunning blue flowers from mid to late summer, even into autumn, honestly go for this. And what you see here, this is what you're getting. I mean, this is a really beautiful plum.
Look at the buds.
Yeah.
Bud, bud, bud,
Great
bud,
big fat
bud,
buds.
bud. There's lots of buds on there waiting to open up. Mine has been flowering beautifully for a couple of months now, and there's still plenty of life left in it. I would recommend feeding hibiscus. They do respond quite well to a decent feed, a high potassium feed.
Yeah, potassium. Or I'd even use a citrus feed as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you could use a citrus feed on them.
Nice.
Because they will grow in most soils, but they really thrive in a slightly acid soil, but they will grow in a sort of a slightly alkaline soil as well.
Brilliant, absolutely gorgeous. Love this plant so much. And obviously, it's the one hibiscus that I've chosen to grow in my garden. I think it's beautiful. 500078 is the item number. It's £5 saving on that one with the code. £16.99 is your discount club price to get that delivered. That is your delivered price if you're a club member and you use that code. Please get hold of that one. We've got a collection of hibiscus coming up for you in a minute. So if you want a little bit more, hold on, we'll show you that one. Just going to give you a little tease of some of the bulbs that we've got coming up for you. We've got the miniature tulips. These are the red and the white. You're going to get 30 of those included. These are the nice sort of shorter varieties of tulips. These aren't the really tall ones. I think we say about 20 centimetres these can get to. So really good actually to plant with your other varieties of tulips, because it gives you that graduation from the ground right up. And the colour combination is stunning here. £10.19 for 30 of those bulbs. Item number is 600308. And we've also got the blue crocus, which is the large flowered blue crocus. I mean, look at that. And you get that bright kind of orangey coloured stamen in the centre. I mean, purple and orange. I mean, I know it's blue, but it's verging on a purple, isn't it?
It's a brilliant mix, Bex.
Those two colours work together so well. They must be opposite ends of the colour wheel because they really work. 600083, 30 of those bulbs, one of the earliest of the spring flowering bulbs. You can start planting your spring flowering bulbs from September, really. September, October, even into November. I always wait off and hold my tulips. Hold my tulips? Let's hold the tulips, why not? I hold off.
You could tiptoe through them in the spring.
I plant my tulips much later. I wait until November to plant tulips, but other bulbs, any time from September, you can start planting those. We have more for you. There are some gorgeous Dutch Master daffodils. There's the pink double tulips, and we've got the alliums as well. Of course, there's lots more to shop on the website, but the ones we've got in the potting shed have free postage with that code, so that's why we're bringing you those. Okay, let's bring you onto the favourites table, shall we? Now, this is the collection that I was talking about in relation to the Hibiscus marina, and I just think you are getting a huge amount for your money here, and this is the item that I was telling you about. Enter the code YGTV3325 and you are going to save £51.99 for one item, and by entering YGTV3325 when you place your order, you will save 52 quid. That's crazy, isn't it? And look, it's pointless getting a massive saving if the plants aren't fantastic as well. And these are fantastic because these are the chiffon hibiscus.
Yeah, I mean, these are phenomenal. I mean, these are working out sort of £8 and some pennies kind of roughly per
it's
plant.
£8.49.
£8.49
per plant.
For a 2, I mean, are these a 2 or 3 litre?
They are 3 litres.
Yeah, I say they look like 3 litres. So
yeah.
3 litre, I mean, goodness me, these should be easily 20-25 quid each for stunning, beautiful hibiscus like this. And these, I mean, the marina is glorious, but these have kind of gone one step further in that the flowers are double or semi-double flowers, hence that kind of chiffon kind of look to them as well. And the pink one, it's got like a double colour to it. It's sort of got like a pink and then a sort of a deeper sort of pink sort of flush going through. Look at the flowers on this. I mean,
these are beautiful. These
are stunningly beautiful, really glorious. And the great thing about hibiscus, although this year they're kind of sort of slightly changing the habit this year, because normally most years when we talk about hibiscus we talk about them flowering from quite sort of late on in summer into the autumn, but because it's been so warm this year they've started flowering a lot earlier, but they will keep going. And that's the great thing about hibiscus. If you want late summer colour from really tough, robust shrubs that are very undemanding, easy to prune, and have stunning flowers for week after week after week, these are definitely the ones to go for. The double flowered hibiscus chiffon collection, 3 stunning colours in this. The quality of these plants is honestly unbeatable, really. I mean, you know, the foliage is so beautiful and healthy, and the foliage turns a lovely kind of buttery yellow in the autumn as well before it drops. So you're even going to get like wonderful sort of colour then. Full sun, part shade. You can even grow these in large containers if you want to. Yeah, I cannot enthuse enough about these. They are one of my favourite shrubs. And I just love the fact they bring such joy late in the season into autumn. Yeah,
it's a brilliant one and a massive, massive saving here. Hence why it has got, you know, it's actually taken up 2 places on our favourites table. Here it is, look, on the website. Jake has put it in. He has put the code in. You can see that £45 saving. Of course, it's taken the postage cost off as well, literally by entering that code in the box where it says, do you have an offer code there? And you can obviously save a little bit more by joining the club. The £4.50 will make a difference to that order as well. So it costs you £10 to join. So you'll save the £4.50, you'll get the £20 of vouchers, and then every order you place for the next 12 months, you'll save 15% off there as well. Brilliant one, that one. Just come in and get that. If that's your budget for the day, that's the one you should go for, okay? 510281 is the item number. Remember, they can be container grown, although they can get nice and large if you plant them in the ground. You can actually keep them smaller, and you can grow them in containers as well. So this will fit in every single garden. All right, moving on. We have up next for you, oh my word, we've got some big plants, haven't we? Let me shove them out of the way a little bit. because I want this to stand out for you.
Isn't that lovely?
Look at the beautiful iceberg rose.
Yeah.
This is our rose of the week as well, so you've got an amazing deal, amazing price on this one.
I read the label on this, and I think the label undersells this plant because I think it said something like a slight fragrance or... but
really? I'm coming around.
It was
Sorry,
either
Jake.
on our website or on the label, but I think the fragrance is gorgeous. I wouldn't say it's a slight. I'd say it's a really sweet fragrance on that. In fact, even where I'm standing here...
You're getting it?
Yeah, I can pick up on the fragrance of this rose.
Well, imagine that as well at full size. You know, once it gets to its full size, which is
it gets about
3 feet,
about a metre tall.
Yeah, and a couple of feet spread, and it gets covered in the flowers. Obviously, the more flowers you've got, the more fragrance you'll get.
And this is this has been around for a long time, iceberg. I can remember my first job when I left school was a nursery, and also the other thing we did was grow roses. And we grew iceberg and Pascali and Peace and Queen Elizabeth and kind of hundreds of different types of roses. And iceberg has been one of those classic pure white roses that has stood the test of time. Even now, all these years on since it was first created, people adore it because it's got these really pure white flowers. It's got the lovely kind of yellow stamens in the middle. It's got the fragrance, it's got the really gorgeous foliage. And the thing about iceberg, it just flowers for month after month after month. Sometimes you find with roses, floribunda roses, they might come in waves a little bit. Like you might have a really good flowering period for 4 or 5 weeks, you deadhead it, and then you wait quite a long time for the next sort of amount of flowers to appear. But I've generally found with iceberg, from when it starts flowering in May to autumn, there's always flowers on there at one point or another, consistently. Yeah, definitely. And the quality of the plant is beautiful. I mean, look at it. It's growing on. This is very typical of what you're going to receive. All you need to remember is the little knuckly bit at the base there is referred to, or the union here. Just make sure finally in the ground that is between 1 inch and ½ inch below the final soil level. And then just enjoy this rose for 20, 30 years to come.
It's gorgeous, honestly. So the rose fields here at YouGarden are looking incredible at the moment. Have you managed to have a wander out lately?
Yeah, I had to look. Yeah, I was
They're
on Sunday.
So beautiful.
Friday, sorry.
So much colour going on there. And white, of course, fits into absolutely every single garden. Very classy, very elegant. And no matter what colour scheme you've got, the iceberg rose is going to fit in there. Now, this one, you are saving more than you are spending. If you're a club member, your discount club price is £13.59. By putting the code in, you're saving £14 on there. You're also saving the £6.99 postage. So this one is another really good one for, value for money that you're getting here. 530179 is the item number. Use that code, please. It's YGTV 3325. Getting your pictures and your comments coming through. Thank you very much. We will show those shortly. On to the Hydrangea Polestar for you on the favourites table now. And we actually have quite a few hydrangeas available with the free postage today as part of the YGTV selection. We're going to try and bring out a couple more for you later on. But we brought this one out onto the favourites table earlier on in the week because it's just got a little bit of an additional story to it, with it being a more compact hydrangea. Yeah,
and by the way, you get 3 of these. We've only got 2 here.
Oh, yes.
We've only got 2 samples out. We couldn't find the 3rd sample. But look how gorgeous the plants are. I mean, even though they're in 9 centimetre pots. Really compact, bushy, crazy root system on these. And as Beck said, these might only get to about 60 centimetres tall, so they're a really 60 to 90 centimetres, very max kind of height. But the kind of the story about these is the way the flower colour keeps changing as well.
Yeah.
So the longer the flowers are on there, they'll start off white, then they'll kind of go to these lovely limey green colours, then you'll get these flushes of pink come in, then you'll get almost sort of red colours come in. It really is beautiful, the way the flower colour keeps changing. I've got a hydrangea in my garden that's done this, and it started off pure white. And then, it's not this particular one, but it started off pure white. Then it went to a sort of a limey green colour, and now it's doing what Polestar does. It's getting these lovely tinges of reds and pinks and things coming in. It's a nice compact hydrangea that you can grow in a pot or a container very easily. And also, its simplicity to prune, because it's one of the paniculata types. If one spring you find it's getting a little bit out of shape, or you slightly bigger than you want it to be, all you do late winter, mid-spring, trim it back above a bud or a leaf joint where the leaf was. It'll reshoot for you and it will flower on that brand new wood. So really easy to look after. Bone hardy, by the way. Not going to worry about the frost or the snow. I mean, all I'll ask of you is to keep it in a nice moist soil. Most hydrangeas don't like to really dry out. So if you've got kind of a moisture retentive soil, that's where it will do very, very well. But I think this one, personally, I would grow in a pot or a container because I think it's just be so lovely. In fact, I'll have a couple of these because I think a couple of these either side of a front door, patio doors, with those ever-changing colours could look really beautiful.
Remember, you are going to get 3 of those in the 9cm pot, saving £10 there. If you are in the club, it's only £5.65 per plant there. And of course, delivered direct to your door, free postage. And I showed you the root system on there. Those are fabulous quality, healthy plants for you. 511661 is the item number if you'd like to add those into your basket. Go to YouGarden.com to place your orders. Of course, the phone lines are open until 4 o'clock this afternoon as well. Just going to say goodbye to Olwyn. She's probably tuned off already, but she's going to watch back later. She's been up all night with an earache. So I hope you're feeling better once you've had a little, you know, lie down.
Warm olive oil, that helps sometimes.
Olive oil, yeah. Put some olive oil in there. Quick one from, who was it on the iceberg rose? Hold on. Oh my word, I've lost it.
Smells so nice.
Where was it? Ah, Ruth, there you go. I lost my iceberg last year. Great timing, YouGarden. Well, I'm sorry you lost it, but I'm glad that we're bringing you a great deal, so you can actually replace that one as well. We'll come back to some more chats. Oh, thank you, Neil. Neil said, congratulations on your talk yesterday, Bex. I knew it would go well. You smashed it. Do you know what? It was really exciting. I loved it. I did a little talk at the Rutland Flower Show. I was really nervous about it. I can definitely do a better job in future, but this is it's a learning curve.
Don't put yourself down. No. I didn't go. But what you showed me, you look flipping awesome.
It went well, but the first time you do something, you learn, don't you?
You do.
I'm all for learning, so hopefully they have me back next year and I can do it all again.
They'll be daft if they don't.
Thank you.
They will.
It was lovely. I really enjoyed it. But yes, thank you very much. And Mauricio says, I'm looking forward to the Primrose being on. Reminds me of my childhood. Yeah, we haven't had any sign of Primroses yet, but they'll be back soon.
Yeah, a little bit early.
Yeah.
Although, weirdly, I've had Primroses and Primroses flowering in my garden for the last
I know. Some people were commenting, actually, recently that they'd started flowering
and
again.
It's like, whoa, you are way too early. Strange.
All right, let's show you the last item on the favourites table. We've got the Rostranocula. This is the, Rostranocula.
Joe, I
always add a syllable in there.
I never bother pronouncing that bit of it.
Waterfall Buddleia.
That's what I always do.
Let's go with that one, shall we?
Some plants
you grew this one. I remember you telling us.
Yeah, I had it. I had to leave it there, unfortunately. But yeah, this was in my old garden in Bishopstorp, where I used to live, and it's quite an unusual Buddleia. It's not like a super really vigorous Buddleia, like a sort of a Davidii type that gets 2 to 3, 4 metres tall. Look at that beautiful root system on there. This one is kind of slow growing. Mine got to about a couple of metres tall, and then late summer. Really kind of late summer into autumn, you get these sort of flowers that hang down. So unlike sort of a normal Buddleia where the flower spikes kind of go upwards in a conical kind of shape, these hang down. Really different, really unusual. The bees and the pollinating insects still go berserk for them. They love them. It has these kind of almost like sort of furry-like leaves on there as well. And mine was actually a little bit semi-evergreen. It took a long time to finally lose all its leaves. And I found this particular one. It likes a bit of a warm spot. So if you've got a warm, sheltered spot, it does quite well in dryish soils as well. And if you want a Buddleia that's different, unusual, doesn't get too tall, late flowering, if you love Buddleias, go for this one, because it will be one of those plants that people will ask you, they'll say to you, what is that? And when you say it's a Buddleia, they'll be, you sure? But honestly, it is. It's a member of the Buddleia family, but it's a little bit different, a little bit unusual.
Ruth, no, this is not the one that looks a bit like a wisteria. The one you're looking for is called Wisteria Lane, which I think should be available via the website. I know it's available on TikTok just because I've seen some sales going through on there. So it should be available if that's the one you're looking for. It's called Wisteria Lane, okay? This one you are getting a £10 saving. Look at the size of the plant as well. It's really nice, big, healthy plant you're getting. And $16.99 would be your delivered price as a club member on that one. Were you looking for flowers then,
I was looking for a few buds. I mean, there's a possibility because they do flower quite late. Mine didn't flower till about September. But if it doesn't flower this year, it will definitely flower next year.
Yeah, get it in, get it established.
Yeah, and don't chop this one down either in the spring. I think this one flowers kind of on the previous year's wood. So all these lovely shoots here, these will definitely flower for you next year. So just leave it when you get it home.
So normally when pruning, would you just remove, because it's going to flower on old growth, you just remove some of the stems?
Yeah, just kind of a bit like you would some of the hydrangeas.
Exactly.
So just take some of the older wood out.
Yeah.
But yeah, generally this one doesn't really need much pruning. You can just pretty much leave it to do its thing.
It stays nice and compact.
It does,
Exactly. So you don't have to worry about it.
Don't need to worry.
Forget it. 511679 is the item number if you'd like to go for that one then. Use that offer code YGTV3325 to get that £10 saving and to get your free postage as well. 511679, remember that's your item code. Now then, what we're going to do is just show you a few items, just to tease what's coming up for you. And starting off with the Lycisteria, the pheasant berry. We were getting very excited about this one the other day. Another one actually where you're getting a lot of plant for your money. They are looking incredible, nice and big, and you are getting amazing flowers on here. Plus this is going to produce berries, and the berries taste like toffee. Weird, but amazing. Genuinely, they do. You get golden glow of the foliage. You get these wonderful, very uniquely shaped flowers, and it produces berries. The birds will love those too. 511523 is the item number if you'd like to go for that one. We'll be showing it to you in a few minutes' time. Next up, we've got the Formium. Oh, I do love this Formium. It is a beautiful one. The colours of the leaves on this are incredible. 511710, really nice, tough, hardy, easy to grow plant. A little bit more compact than other Formiums as well. Every few years it can give you a big old flower spike on there as well. I love them. If you're watching on Thursday, Sean doesn't like the flowers on the Formium. I think they're really pretty, but you know, look, if we all like the same things, our gardens would be very boring, wouldn't they? They'd all look the same. 511710 is the item number for the Formium. We'll be showing you that one very, very soon. Big saving on there as well, £15 saving. But we're going to bring you the bulbs. Yes, we want to get stocked up on the bulbs. Now, it is important to stock up on your bulbs. Some bulbs we have to buy, or not have to, we buy incredibly deep stocks of, and they, you know, we have them in stock for quite a while. You don't need to worry too much. But other ones, we can only buy certain quantities, and they do sell out early. So if you see something you like, please get hold of them. Store them somewhere. You don't have to be too particular. Just don't put them in, you know, bright sunshine.
Yeah.
Stick them in a kitchen cupboard or in the garage or something.
Somewhere cool and dry. If you do store them in the garage, though, just make sure you hang them up somewhere. If you have mice.
Yes, because they'll love them.
Yeah, because what I do, I've got those like S-shaped metal hooks, so I just hang them up from the rafters or on a hook in the garage. That way the mice can't get to them, the air gets around them, and they will last right up until Christmas or even January if you don't get them in before Christmas.
All right, so get stocked up on your bulbs. We've got 5 to show you, starting off with the miniature tulips, the red, white.
Yeah, these are stunning. 25 centimetres tall, these. Really elegant, upright, sort of different, unusual. And really, tulips are quite amenable to lots of planting schemes in the garden. What they like, they do like a well-drained position. So well-drained soil is what they really, really love. But beds and borders, pots, hanging... Well, you could even grow tulips in hanging baskets if you wanted to. Something a bit different, a bit unusual.
Especially the miniature ones.
Yeah, the miniature ones. And quite often the miniature ones will flower earlier in the season than the taller ones. The miniature ones can be some of the first to flower. They will come back year after year. You get them in the pack like this, you're getting 25. It's 25, isn't it?
30.
Sorry, 30. I'm thinking of the height.
And also, there is nothing squishy about these, okay?
No,
these are...
not squidgy or whiffy.
Yeah, the smell as well. Those are solid bulbs. I'm feeling all in the pack there. Those are really solid bulbs, so you're getting incredible quality.
And if you, I mean, I said about whiffy, if you ever do pick bulbs up and if you smell them, and if they smell kind of mildewy or something like that, put them back down, because they shouldn't smell like that. These bulbs will definitely flower for you as well, because we have a little saying, when you plant a bulb, you plant a promise, because in the middle of each one of these bulbs, there's already a little embryonic flower just sitting right in the middle of that bulb, just ready to burst forth next spring. So just plant them somewhere sunny, well-drained, pots and containers, beds and borders, wherever you want sort of the joy of tulips, basically. And as a rule of thumb for planting distance, and this applies to all the bulbs on here, you want about 3 times as much height of soil above the bulb as the height of the bulb itself. So if the bulb is, say, an inch high, you want about 3 inches of soil above it.
There you go, 30 of those bulbs included in there. If you are a club member, 34 pence per bulb. Whoop, whoop. Brilliant. Oh, please plant loads of tulips. I think they are just
I love
beautiful.
Tulips.
I love it when the tulips come up. And if you've got loads of them, it's just, I mean, I said this on Thursday, didn't I? I know. We've still got the rest of summer. But just try and fast forward your brain to the end of winter. And how bored you are of winter, and how cold and dark and short the days are, and how exciting it is when you start seeing the tulips, because it is the signal that spring is coming. It's the signal that the longer days are going to be here. So you need to get into that winter mindset to understand why it's really valuable to take the time to plant those bulbs now, because you'll be so glad of it by the time they're flowering next year. What is it? Tulips. Jake's just saying we're in South Holland here, and it is the massive signifier of spring here, because there are lots of tulip fields and stuff, aren't there?
Yeah, I've been to them. I've walked through them in the spring. Mind blowing. In fact, on the way in, I drive through acres and acres of gladioli fields at the moment. Yeah, and the guys are out there, men and women are out there picking them this morning. They're gorgeous. It's like, whoa.
All right, 600308 is the item number. That is for your miniature tulips, the red and white. 30 of those bulbs included. £10.19 your discount club price. Moving on to some more tulips, though, and these, I think, are some of the, I don't know, more out... Oh, sorry, little tulips, but I just think these are slightly more outstanding, aren't they?
These are lush and decadent and ostentatious, in my opinion, but in a good way. You know, they're not vulgar, they're just beautiful. These huge, great, big, beautiful kind of flowers, almost like a peony kind of flower, or more like a water lily kind of flower, if you like, as well. Lovely, upright, sturdy stems on these. And I generally find tulips last a long, long time, the flowers on tulips.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I've known tulip flowers to go on for like 3 weeks, even a little bit longer if the weather's good. But just imagine 20 of these beautiful bulbs. You could get some pots. You could have 5 in a pot and have 4 pots of beautiful tulips, or you could put these in your beds and borders, put them in groups, put them in clumps. I'm glad they're kind of sort of in 20, because you could do sort of 4 groups of 5, because it's always nice to have sort of odd numbers. But I've really become a fan of these double tulips recently, and it's the same story with these as well. Really kind of lovely chunky bulbs in there as well, nice and firm and fresh. No whiff of mildew or mould or anything like that. These ones, it says height here 50 centimetres, so, and these ones are kind of, sort of spring blooming. So you're going to get these lovely, really tall stems on these. I mean, personally, I might be tempted myself to have a couple of packs of those. I'd have 1 pack for the garden, and I'd have 1 pack for cutting and bringing indoors and having in a vase. Yeah,
definitely.
The choice is yours.
20 bulbs included in there then. 600040 is the item number. That's one of the ones that I think will sell out quicker than others, basically, just because it is one of those more decadent looking, blousy, frilly, beautiful flowers. So think about getting those ones and storing those for a little while. £10.19 your club price. Next up, we've got the Allium Christophii. Oh, I love these. So big, and I am talking big. They can be that big.
20 centimetres.
They're huge. Yeah. I mean, I've grown these for the last couple of years, and they can get absolutely massive. And slightly more open, they're not as densely packed as other allium flowers, and that actually does make them really interesting.
They're like a firework going off, aren't they?
Yeah, beautiful.
And these are a kind of a native kind of one. These aren't hybridised, so these, you would actually see these grown naturally. They would grow in parts of the world like Iran and Iraq and those sort of areas. That's where they kind of originate from.
Oh, really?
They're called Star of Persia is a common name they call these. So that kind of alludes to where they do very well in your garden. So if you've got really dry soil, if you've got really sandy soil, if you've got really sort of dry areas near the base of the house where you try and grow other things and they always fail because it's too dry and they wilt and they droop, plant these in those areas. And year after year after year, these will keep coming back, giving you these, as Beck said, these great big dramatic flower heads on up to 60 centimetre tall stems. And don't be in a hurry to deadhead afterwards. Leave the actual flower on, because even once it stops showing the purple colour, the structure of the seed head is beautiful in its own right.
It is. It absolutely is. Honestly, I adore them, and they will come back for you every single year. 600120 is the item number. £11.04 is your discount club price. You're saving a couple of quid on there, but of course, remember, you're also saving the postage cost as well. Eleanor on YouTube, she's saying double tulips are beautiful. I bought some 5 years ago at the old shopping channel, and they keep coming back every year, which is brilliant, isn't it? Neil says he's going to be ordering both of the tulips. Marissa is telling us that there's a tulip festival in Sussex. Really? Love it. They can grow tulips so well here. Do you know what? It's not just for, where did it... Amsterdam.
Yeah.
It's not just Amsterdam. It's not just for the Hollanders. It's for us over here as well. Neil says you've sold them to me, Eleanor, in my basket. There you go, Eleanor. Do you want a job? You can come. Why not? Eleanor says, walking around the show yesterday, I took it upon myself to educate my husband. Oh, Eleanor, I didn't meet him. On every plant I saw, not that he wanted me to. Someone asked how I knew all of it, and I said, why GTV? They just looked at me. Well, thanks for trying to get the word out there, Eleanor. I appreciate it. It was lovely to meet you, by the way. It's nice to put faces to all these names. So it was, I'm really pleased you came over. I'm sorry I couldn't spend more time. It was a bit manic at the end there. Right, that's the Allium Christophii for you. So let's move on, shall we, to daffodils, of course, but not just any old daffodil, the Dutch master. And I said this on Thursday, but when you think of a daffodil, that's what you think of, isn't it?
You do.
There's lots of different varieties. There's some weird and wonderful and unusual ones, but if somebody said think of a daffodil, that's what I would picture. Yeah,
it's one of those sort of classic daffodils, a bit like King Alfred and a few other varieties. It kind of just sort of go-to daffodil. Pure, gorgeous yellow flowers there as well. Lovely kind of upright stems, obviously really tough, hardy bulbs. And these grow pretty much anywhere. I mean, daffodils will grow in full sun, they'll grow in part sun, part shade, beds and borders, containers. This has got the Award of Garden Merit as well from the RHS, which they don't give away willy-nilly, but they give that to plants that
I love that saying, willy-nilly. Yeah, where does that come from?
I don't know, I'm not sure. But, they would give that to plants that have, if I can say it, specific characteristics that really kind of make it stand out. So, and look at that picture there. That's beautiful. Isn't that wonderful? Oh goodness! You see, these plants are the antidote, aren't they, to a British winter? Because we're a bit unfortunate here. Well, it's pros and cons in it. We're lucky where we are in the UK that we have milder winters. Yeah. But the only downside is they tend to be quite grey, don't they, a lot of the time? We get a lot of cloud. So when you get to spring and you get all the beautiful bulbs like this come out, it's just so uplifting, isn't it? And so good to look forward to. Yeah, colour and joy. And you see these daffodils coming through sometimes even before Christmas. Late November, even to December, you start to see those little shoots push through. And then, of course, by sort of March time into April, these dainty, beautiful, stunning, pure butter yellow flowers gently swaying in the breeze. Oh, goodness me. I tell you what, if you're a bit like me and you suffer from SAD and you kind of dread winter time, plant loads of bulbs because when you're digging that hole in the garden and putting those bulbs in, just hold on to that promise, hold on to that thought, hold on to that joy of forwarding like to the other side of winter and then enjoying all your efforts and seeing these beautiful, beautiful daffodils just fluttering in the late winter, early spring warmth and sunshine. 600463 is the item number for that one then. You'll get 15 of those bulbs in there. Think about multi-ordering if you'd like a gorgeous display, and plant them in groups because they look lonely just planted individually. So do plant them in clusters and groups together. 600463, £10.19 is your club discount price, delivered price, remember, because you don't have to pay postage on that either. Next up, or last, should I say, of the selection of bulbs on the table here, we've got the beautiful large flowered blue crocus here. And in this one, you are going to be getting, how many bulbs? 30 of those bulbs included, £10.19. Isn't these lovely?
Yeah, pretty.
I just love the innocence and also the sheer cheek and kind of audacity of crocuses because, the time of year when they flower can be so brutal. It can be so cold. It can be so frosty. It can be windy. It can be wet. It can be rainy. And they just say, you know what? I just don't give a monkeys. I'm not bothered. I don't care. I'm going to come up, I'm going to flower, I'm going to look gorgeous. I'm going to get everybody into that feel of like the winter is now going behind us, spring's coming. These are like the harbingers of joy and colour and excitement and fragrance to come. And that's why I absolutely love crocuses. And they just will grow almost anywhere. They look gorgeous in lawns, growing in the grass, which I like, kind of that sort of naturalised looking grass. They look great in pots and containers. You can even put them in hanging baskets. And also, don't forget, there's a word that I'm going to throw at you, lasagna. Think about lasagna.
Ah, yeah, all the lasagna planting is going to happen again.
Eat, but think about lasagna planting. If you're going for
lasagna right now.
I could actually. If you're buying any bulbs today and you put them in containers, think about planting them in those different layers so you can get them to flower at different times. And crocuses are great putting towards the top of your lasagna planting. They can come through first.
Stop saying lasagna. I'm starving.
Your Dutch master that can then follow on, or you can get them to flower possibly simultaneously. So, and I think it'd be quite nice to have the purple crocus and then the Dutch master in between, because those two colours go together well, don't they?
They would look amazing.
Yeah,
absolutely. 34 pence a bulb on that one as well then. 600083 is your item number. Use that code please, YGTV 3325. That's how you're going to get your free postage on that particular item there as well. Can we do some pictures? Let's go and do some pictures over here, shall we? Lovely Ali G, hello to you. She says, thanks for showing my photos on Thursday. Even though I was not watching live, it really cheered me up when I watched Catch Up. She had to go to hospital for something. Hope you're all right, Alison. Here are a few photos taken on Saturday. The first one is the ground cover rose that arrived with 2 beautiful flowers on. The tumbling toms have had lots of tomatoes on, and this is my first year growing tomatoes. Let's have a little look, shall we? Into Ali G's garden. It's just loading. Oh, my word.
This is
there
technology.
We go.
All good things are worth waiting for, aren't they?
Whoa, look
like
at
that
that beautiful delphinium. Look at the colours in there.
Isn't that nice?
And it's so exciting, isn't it? Because look, the flowers are opening from the bottom up to the top there, and that is a joyful process to watch.
I like the blue and the little white touch in the middle there.
Gorgeous.
That's a stunner, that one. Beautiful.
Very, very nice, Ali G. Well done to you. Next up, technology is not having fun today. There we go. It's on its side, so everybody do this when you look at it. There's our tumbling toms, look.
Well, I tell you what, if that's your first attempt, you should be really proud of yourself.
You should. Look at how many tomatoes you got.
Yeah, you've nailed it there. Look at that. And they're lovely, aren't they? I love those little cherry ones.
I love a garden buffet.
Yeah.
Nothing quite like it. Going out and just up.
Yeah. And the thing is, well, when you kind of, I've got rumble tums as well at the moment. In fact, when I'm doing the changeover at the minute, I've got a milkshake I'm going to gulp down, because I'm standing. Bex must be thinking, I can hear Adam's tummy, and you'll hear it on the mic in a minute. But yeah, I mean, when you go in those in the garden, you pick those tomatoes at that perfect moment. That's when you try a tomato that is just gorgeous. If you've been lucky enough to go abroad, we all have that experience when you try tomatoes in like hot countries.
Oh,
and
they
taste
so much better.
And they're like, I never knew a tomato could taste so good, because they can leave them to that last moment, can't they?
Sun ripened and sun warmed. That's the best way to eat them. And then the final picture from Ali G is her lovely ground cover rose with those beautiful rose flowers on there. That's going to look gorgeous, Ali. So we'll look forward to seeing that next year when it's full of flowers as well, once you've planted it.
That's my favourite one so far.
That was a good rose of the week, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that's a really good one.
I adore that one. So pretty.
Mauricia's oleander arrived. She says it needs a little love after its journey and taking it out of the box, but hey-ho, it will become a beauty. I think it's looking fantastic. Yeah, give it a good water, put it somewhere sunny, and that's going to perk right up, isn't it? You've got some gorgeous flowers on there as well.
Yeah, they'll look good. In fact, I got 2 of these earlier in the year. Mine flowered. I pruned it back again to take the old flower stems off, and now it's just starting to flower all over again.
Yeah,
so I'm really chuffed about that.
Well done. Well, we've got that oleander on the show today. If anybody is wanting to get hold of the oleanders, just behind my head there, look, they can see it. So it is available, it's in the show plan if you want to get that with free postage.
I always kind of want to sing Ollie, Oleander.
Ollie.
For some reason. Don't know why.
Ali's asking if we can demonstrate how to use the steel plant supports. I haven't brought them in the potting shed, but when we do a little bit of video of something, I'll see if I can grab them. It's quite easy. You're just going to stick them in the ground in front of whatever it is you're planting. But you want to go to a decent... I'll talk to you about it in a bit.
Sometimes it's best to get one person to hold the plant back, the other person to push it in, then you let go and it just leans against it. Job done.
I'd get it in the ground a little bit so it doesn't obviously blow over. So I'd go probably a good good 10 centimetres,
Yeah,
15 centimetres
and
into
I
the
like
ground.
the way they rust as well.
Yeah, and the ones we've got have rusted. They look amazing.
because they don't all stand out. You don't see them. They just disappear.
You haven't got the
which is nice.
shine.
No,
it's nice.
You don't want to see the supports, do you?
All right, shall we show you some more plants, though? By the way, if you do want to send us any pictures, you can do. The email address is ygtv@yougarden.com. It's on the bottom of the screen right there. If you'd like to show off your garden, please do. We love to see it. Honestly, it gives everybody ideas. We've been really enjoying watching how your gardens are progressing. We've been live now for a couple of years here at YouGarden. It was August in 2023 when we first launched this channel. Yeah, 2 whole years we've been doing this for now. But that's just at YGTV. Obviously, a lot of you know us from many years prior to that on various other shopping channels. But it's been lovely to be here for 2 years. Adam has picked us 2 of the berries.
I'm going to eat one now.
And these, you have to get them when they're dark. They're not ripe, they taste very bitter. But
they're definitely.
What a hit of toffee, right?
Yeah, mine was lovely. That's sweet. Yours is sweet as well, hopefully. Yeah.
Toffee.
Yeah.
Like caramelly.
That's it. That's that flavour.
That instant hit that you get. Make sure they're that dark colour before you do that, otherwise they do taste quite bitter. But amazing.
Once they get to that point where they're squidgy, then yeah, they're definitely ripe. But this was something I didn't know. This was the first year I've ever known.
We learned this because of a lovely lady on one of the TikTok lives that we were doing said they're edible. I looked it up before I did it. I did not just believe it. I went and looked it up first. Please do your research before you start eating any berries or plants. But yeah, they're edible. But
I am really, really, really chuffed that this plant is now proving so popular because I've been banging on about this plant all year, pheasantberry, Lysosteria, and this is the very, very same plant that we've been bringing to you on all our TikTok shows, our YouGarden shows, right the way from about April. And the first thing we talked about early in the year was the new foliage coming through, having that lovely sort of golden coloured foliage. And back then, I was sort of showing you the picture or the image board of the flowers, but I couldn't show you the real thing. We were describing them, and I did rather ungraciously describe them as looking like Pat Butcher earrings. But now you can see them.
I can see why. I do see why you were saying.
Because of their flamboyance.
I get it.
Yeah.
Just,
But when you see the flowers, that, kind of on the real plant in real time, as we've got them in front of us now, they are so beautiful. I mean, the way that they hang down, and by the way, they can get to 2 to 3 times the length of this as well. I mean, I've seen these hang down sort of like in little racemes up to kind of 6 inches long. You've got these, what they call these purple bracts, and then the gorgeous little white flower pops out in between. The bees do what the bees need to do, and then you can see all the berries. You can see all the lovely little berries forming along there, which we now know are edible. And it's such an amenable shrub because when I was on TikTok the other day, I was flicking through my head of where I've seen this, and I remember I used to look after a garden in Buckhurst Hill where there was one of these growing in really clay soil, in a quite shady position. It did really, really well. There's a garden I look after where I live now. It's on a south-facing side of a bungalow in really sandy soil, and it's doing really, really well. They get to a couple of metres tall. They're easy to prune. You just prune them back in the spring to whatever height you want them to be. They come back year after year, and they're just so undemanding, but they are just so stunningly beautiful. So to recap, you've got the foliage, you've got these wonderful flowers, you've got the dark berries, and pheasant's eye is another name for this because the dark berries resemble a pheasant's eye, so that's another name it's sort of given. And this is pretty much the height that's going to be sent out to you. So if you want to grow something different, something unusual, full sun, part shade, beds or borders, pots or containers, go for this because it is an absolutely knockout shrub.
There's so many reasons I love working here, but one of them is I think that this plant could easily be overlooked if it wasn't in full flower. If it didn't have the flowers on, and you were, at a garden centre or something or other, and I think you could walk past this and not really pay much attention to it. And I think that about a lot of different plants that we bring you, but in particular something like this. This is one of the reasons I genuinely love working here. I've learned about this plant because of Adam more than anything. He was the one that was singing the praises of this from much earlier on in the year, and this is because Adam's centuries of gardening knowledge that he's got. But yeah. this is why I love it, because we're able to sort of educate ourselves, but also everybody else on the amazing benefits of certain plants in the garden that normally you could easily just walk past, and this fits that bill. Lycosteria, I don't have one. I'm thinking about getting one in my new garden. I would absolutely adore to grow this one. Now that I understand it and know, everything there is to know about it, I think this is a fantastic one. Getting a lot of plant for your money with this one. £12.74 is your discount club price. That's your delivered price. £10 saving, and of course you're getting your £6.99 postage taken off that order just by entering the code YGTV3325 when you place your order. 511523 is the item number. And here's another one I want them all. This is the beautiful Phormium, but this is the one that's got the gorgeous pink tones to it. We call it Flamingo. It's not quite flamingo pink, is it? Actually, there are some really pinky tones in there. For me, it's more of a deep salmon pink, this one. Yeah,
the colours in this to me remind me of like sunset or sunrise skies.
Yeah.
Especially when you're kind of abroad and you get those incredible sunsets, because you've got the reds, you've got the oranges, you've got the pinks, you've got the tans, you've got the yellows. You've got so many different colours going on in the foliage of these as well. And this is a tough plant. These originate from New Zealand, kind of where they sort of grow naturally. The Polynesians used to use them to make baskets and material and all sorts of different things. The leaves are really rigid and kind of leathery and strong. Very drought tolerant, this plant. Once it's established, they'll grow in very, very, very dry situations. They do quite well in a windy situation because, say, where they grow in New Zealand, they're a coastal plant, so they're used to kind of those sort of windy conditions. Great for seaside gardens, great for tropical gardens, jungly-looking gardens. They look awesome in containers. Just grow one on its own in a container, perhaps put some contrasting gravel underneath. In fact, I think, personally, I would love to see this in a container with either pure white or dark black kind of gravel around the base of it. I think either could work really, really well. They'll get a little bit taller than this eventually, and they do flower. They have a flower very akin to like a bird of paradise sort of shaped flower, and they look a bit, weird and a bit dramatic. Quite, as I say, hardy as well, easy to grow, and this is a really, really good one just because even in the middle of the winter you're still going to get all that fabulous colour from these beautiful leaves.
Oh, I love this. £15 saving, £16.99 is your discount club price. It comes in the 3 litre pot, amazingly established. 511710 is the item number. Rita says it's a beautiful plant, bought a couple of years ago from you. The foliage is lovely as well and brightens up a border. Simon's not a fan. That's fair enough, Simon. We've all got different tastes. Not a problem at all. I like your honesty. Simon, you said, I love it. Is it a shrub or a climber? I think you were talking about that one. I think you were talking about the pheasantberry. That one came through. It's a shrub, so it's a nice upright shrub. Doesn't need any support. It's not a climber or anything. There was another question. Mauricia, is that blue crocus the saffron ones? No, it isn't. I can't remember. It begins with an S, the variety.
Yeah, you know what? I remember doing that, and it's in our old life back at the other place.
Begins with an S, the variety. Sativus? Sativus.
Yeah, I think it's sativa, crocus sativa.
I think that's what you're looking for. I don't think we've got any in stock at the moment. I know we have done them previously and we might be getting them in at some point. But no, that one isn't the one you're looking for if you want the saffron.
I used to live near Saffron Walden.
Oh, yeah.
And Saffron Walden, that's where it's got its name from, because it was famous for growing fields and fields of crocus. Yeah, and apparently sort of a pound of saffron was kind of worth more than a pound of gold.
I think it still is.
Yeah,
isn't it?
I think it's the most expensive spice. It's a spice, isn't it? I class it as a spice. Yeah. Most expensive spice on the planet.
Yeah. Beautiful. You can grow it yourself. Right, there was another question. Hang on. And my primroses, what's happening to the plants this year? What's Eleanor saying? Oh, my other yucca is flowering now, and my primroses, what's happening to the plants this year? Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy year. Quite exciting, though, isn't it? We love it.
Yeah.
I like all the interesting stuff happening.
I've got all these lovely kind of yellow primulas that have been flowering for the last 4 or 5 weeks. And it's like, it's summer, guys. It's not, it's not autumn or spring.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but...
Right, let's give you a little reminder, shall we, of some of the items that you have seen so far. If you are buying anything today, it's time to stock up maybe on some of your essentials. Why not the compost? Because, do you know what, if you are stocking up on your bulbs, then you're going to be planting them out into pots and containers, and you might need to freshen up some of the compost that you've got there. Perhaps you're thinking about bare root season coming up. It's time to stock up on that compost. 100064 is the item number for that. Oh, I was going to say that's a different item number. That's because it's a different item. It's 2 40-litre bags you're getting here. It's 80 litres. Now, we normally bring you the 100-litre one, but we were saying the other day, we actually think this is slightly better value. It's £16.97. I think for the 100-litre one that we do, it's normally something like 20, is it 21, 24? I'm pretty sure if you were to do the maths on that you're actually getting a better price per litre by going for the 80-litre one that we're bringing you here. You are going to be able to use this all over your garden, no matter what you're doing. Obviously, Sean's showing us here. He's planting up some little plug plants. It could be seed sowing that you're going to be starting to do. It could be planting out established plants. It could be getting those bulbs in ready for spring. Any of those jobs you can use this for, and it's going to be perfect for the majority of your garden. About 98% of the things you plant, your plants are going to thank you for planting them in this particular compost. 100064 is the item number if you'd like to go for our premium professional compost. We've also got Strulch for you. Okay, this is another one to start thinking of at this time of year. We always talk about Strulch and how this is amazing for slugs and snail prevention, protection. That's earlier on in the year. This time of year, the reason you want to go for this is, okay, so we're getting obviously hot weather, drought weather. You want to get your Strulch down to keep the moisture that you've got in the ground. Plus, again, I'm going to talk about the cold weather coming. I'm going to talk about winter. I know it's not here yet, but it's time to start thinking about getting these jobs done. Your Strulch is also a mulch, so it's going to give those tender plants the extra layer of protection that they need, that duvet to keep them warm in winter. It's a year-round product, neatens up the borders, stops the weeds from growing through, keeps the moisture in the ground, prevents the slugs and the snails from eating all of your, plants that they like to munch on, and gives your plants that duvet in winter. So this is one of our hero products here at YouGarden. 100086 is the item number. You'll get a 9-kilogram bag, and you are going to save £9.99 on that particular item. Discount club price delivered £16.99. Now, heavy-duty pots, come on, we can't help but sing the virtues of these pots. They are brilliant for absolutely so many different jobs in the garden. You can plant anything into your heavy-duty pots. It could be temporary housing for them. It could be permanent home for them. They just look great, but they are functional and useful. They've got the handles on the side. It's so much easier to move a pot with handles. So much easier. I've just been moving all the pots around my garden. Genuinely, the heavy-duty pots, I did have that thought as I was moving them. This makes life so much easier. They've got the massive, great big drainage holes in the bottom, so your plants aren't going to sit soaking wet. And it's really important, the majority of plants in your garden can recover quicker from drought than they can from sitting wet. It can be the death of the majority of plants, but the drainage holes in the bottom will ensure that that doesn't happen and that they don't get blocked. 130011 is the item number. You're going to get 4 of them. They're 30 litres, and it's a 40-centimetre diameter. It's £16.99 on this one, and they will be delivered direct to your door. Make sure you keep one spare like that, though, to use for your deadheadings and your cuttings as well. Sorry if you heard me slurping on my drink then. Right, so yes, those are your lovely essentials to get stocked up on. Adam's changed the tables over, so we've got more plants to show you. We're going to get through as many as we can. We're here, by the way, until 12 o'clock this afternoon. Back live this afternoon on TikTok between 1 and 4. If you're one of the TikTok viewers, you can come and join us there. If not, Sean will be live at 12 o'clock this afternoon, I believe, on QVC. Oh, tell you what, you can have a whole day of us, because it'll be us until 12. Sean from 12 till 1 on QVC, and then I'll be back 1 till 4 on TikTok. I mean, is that too much, YouGarden? I don't know. It's up to you. Tune into whichever ones you want to tune into. Right, we're bringing you back onto the favourites table, and we've got the beautiful waterfall buddleia for you. Something a little bit different in the world of buddleia. We bring you lots and lots of different varieties of buddleia, but this is one that our award-winning gardener, Adam Walcott, decided to grow in his garden, and that, I think, is accolade enough.
Yeah, I mean, thanks, Bex. But yeah, I mean, this is a bit different, a bit unusual, this one, because you normally think of buddleias, you think of like sort of the Buddleia Davidii type of buddleia, you know, the great big upright kind of tall buddleias getting 3 or 4 metres tall, taking up masses of space, flowering kind of now. But this one is a bit different. This one, I grew it in my old garden. It got to about a couple of metres, well, about 1.5 metres tall, thereabouts. Nice and compact. And it had these really unusual flowers that came very late summer into autumn. In fact, I think it started flowering about the end of August, September into October. In fact, when I first planted it, I did think, is it ever going to flower? I didn't kind of do my full research on it, but yeah, it did, and it was great. And these lovely kind of hanging down type of like flowers, so it's a little bit different to your normal buddleias, because say normally you think of the flowers being upright, these almost hang down. Loved by the pollinating insects still as well. The leaves felt a little bit kind of quite soft and a bit felty actually for me when mine was growing. It was even a little bit semi-evergreen. It didn't kind of lose all its leaves completely immediately. So if you want a buddleia that's a little bit different, a little bit unusual for a warm, kind of sunny, well-drained spot that's going to flower late summer, and it will be a buddleia that somebody will argue with you about being called a buddleia. They'll say to you, no, that's not a buddleia. And you say, it is, but it's a very different, unusual buddleia, and it's mine, and I love it.
Yeah, there you go. £10 saving on that one, £16 and 99 pence was your delivered club price. 511679 is the item number there. Next up on the favourites table, we've got the Hydrangea Polestar. You will actually get 3 of these. There's only 2 here. We just couldn't find the third one. You will get 3 of the 9cm pots. Quick look for you. If I don't kill the plant first.
They're great plants.
There you go. Look how rooty those are. And the stems are so sturdy. These are really nice, strong, healthy plants you've got here.
Really bushy, though, isn't they?
Yeah, gorgeous.
Sometimes, you go to some places and you see something in a 9cm pot and you get this single little weaselly stick kind of with some leaves on.
Yeah,
I mean, this is
1, 2,
really
3, 4,
branched.
5, 6 good stems, branches on there.
And that will flower for you next year because this wood will flower next year, but they do flower on brand new wood, these, which is really, really easy. So it doesn't get particularly tall, this one, probably only about 60 centimetres or so. Nice compact hydrangea, but what it does do, it has these flowers that are chameleon-like because the flowers keep changing colour as they mature. They'll start off white, they'll kind of go to a sort of a limey green colour, and then these sort of pinks and red flushes come in as well, and it's great because kind of every month of the summer the flowers keep giving. It's not like they just flower and then drop off and that's game over. You will get this flush of colour change. Great for containers, great for beds and borders, great for small spaces. If you're 3 floors up, just got a balcony, you can grow this very, very easy in a small container. Hardy, gets through the frost, gets through the snow, really, really easy to grow.
£5.65 per plant, thereabouts. Woohoo! That's brilliant, isn't it? Beautiful compact plant, gorgeous colour-changing flowers, totally hardy, nice and unusual in the world of hydrangea as well there. 511661 is the item number. Rose of the week for you next. So we do this every single week, bring you a different rose, and we knock a load of money off it. And the iceberg, do you know what? I said this the other day, I think. If anybody says to us, I want a white rose, there's loads of white roses. Which is the one we always tell them to go for?
Iceberg.
And we do, genuinely. That is our advice. Go for the iceberg because it's, I mean, you get the proper white flowers as well. It's really easy to grow. It's an amazing one.
It's absolutely gorgeous. It's been around for donkey's years. You know, I mean, I remember my first job when I left school back in, what was it, 1980?
In 1824.
No. I think it's 1981 or something like that, or 19. Yeah, it was ages back, and that was
3.
That was a rose grower back then. BC, I like it. And I won't be part of my stride. I even remember growing that rose back then, and all this time, 300 years later, this rose is still just as popular as when I first saw it back then. And it's great because it flowers for such a long time. It is a floribunda, so you get loads of flowers on one stem. But sometimes some floribundas are found going kind of waves of flower. You might have have flower for 3 or 4 weeks, then you have just foliage for a bit, then you have more flowers. But generally I found iceberg, you turn up pretty much any month of the summer through to autumn, there's always some flowering going on. It seems to be in constant sort of flower all the way through. And I did read somewhere that they sort of downgraded the fragrance on it, but honestly I think the fragrance is knockout on this. It's really sweet, really delicious. It's a compact rose as well, only gets up to about 90 centimetres to a metre tall. You could grow it in a container if you want to as well. Easy to prune, easy to look after. Just one final thing to say is when you get yours home, that little knuckly bit at the bottom, or the union, make sure eventually that is between 1 inch and ½ inch below the final soil level, and that way it'll establish really, really well for you.
530179 is your item number for that one. We have taken the price, that should be 30 quid, and you'd pay that any day of the week normally for a potted, you know, named gorgeous iceberg rose from Harkness Roses, who are, you know, well known for being the best when it comes to breeding roses. But yeah, here today it's £13.59. I mean, £13.59 for an amazing rose delivered direct to your door, no postage to pay on that one. Just enter that code, please. Always, always, that's where you get the amazing savings and deals. YGTV 3325 is the offer code you need to put in there. Right, let's move on, shall we, to the biggest saving that you will get on any item on the live today. This Hibiscus double flowered chiffon collection. You're going to get 3 of them, white, lavender and pink. And you're going to save £45 and the postage of £6.99. So it's £51.99. Plus you're going to get some more money saving from your discount. My word, that's incredible. Yeah. One item, enter a code, be a club member, you've got a massive saving. And that's a nice shot. Well done, Jake.
And that RRP there is definitely kind of correct in my opinion, because I've seen these.
Yeah, definitely.
This size in garden centres,
25 quid each.
25 quid each, sometimes £30 each, this size. You know, these are in 3 litre pots. These are already probably getting up to a couple of foot tall already. Multi-branched, flowering for you. If yours arrives without a flower on, I'll be absolutely mega surprised, because I've seen these literally outside in the little polytunnel.
There should be buds, there should be flowers.
Them, are flowering, all of them are covered in buds, and they're just divine. And they've got these sort of double flowers as well, which makes them so extraordinary. And this one here, the pink one, even has little sort of flushes of red going through as well. So yeah, beautiful. And great thing about these shrubs is bone hardy. They can go down to -20. So you can grow these in any part of the UK. They have a lovely upright growth habit, which is great, sort of goblet shaped eventually. If you want to, you can prune them down quite harshly in the sort of the winter time, late winter, and they'll regrow and they'll flower for you on the same wood, which is just phenomenal. So yeah, £8.49 it's working out per pot in the club price. £8.49 per pot.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if we were talking about these, if these were 3 of these in 9 centimetre pots, I would say that's great. Yeah. You know, if they were in like that in 9 centimetre pots, 3 of them £25, I'd say phenomenal. This is berserk. This is crazy. This is off the scale. This is ridiculous. I defy you to go anywhere else today
and find that value.
Yeah, find 3 hibiscus chiffon in 3 different colours in 3 litre pots for that price, delivered to your door, no shipping. And as I say, if you've got another voucher, you can whack another £5 off of this as well. So it's bonkers.
510281 is the item number then. 3 of those 3 litre pots, £25.47 delivered club price. Just an incredible value for money we're bringing you on that one. Yeah, that's it on the favourites table. If you do want to join the club, by the way, this is where you're going to get the most discounts, and this is why we want to get as many people watching YGTV as we possibly can, because, well, we love it. We want to keep coming to work. But also, you know, we are gardeners. We understand wanting to plant as many different things in your garden and wanting to get the best value for money. And what we bring you on YGTV is education, inspiration, but also some really good value for money. So let's explain to you about the club, what it means, and the discounts that you can get from it.
If you love your garden as much as we love ours, then why not join the YouGarden Discount Club?
The club has been running for many years, and it's where thousands of our customers enjoy a whole host of benefits to ensure that they get the most out of their gardens for less.
Now is a great time to join the YouGarden Discount Club, as the benefits have just got even better. So what do you get when you join the club?
Firstly, our members will get bigger discount rates all year round. So you'll now receive 15% off our range of plants and accessories, and that's on top of any other discounts you might have.
For those bigger investments, such as garden furniture or lawnmowers, for example, you now get 7.5% discount on all of our outdoor living and machinery range.
In addition to the ongoing discounts, you'll also get more voucher value when you join or renew your club membership. We will send you 4 £5 product vouchers, which you can redeem throughout the year against the cost of your orders.
And as a new added benefit, you will now receive 2 free P&P vouchers, which can be redeemed against the cost of your shipping.
Club members get priority access to exclusive offers and brand new products at our best prices.
We'll keep you up to date with fantastic advice and top tips from our grown experts and professional gardeners to make sure that you get the most from your new purchases and existing plants. The best way to join the club is with our auto-renewal subscription. You'll pay £10 per year, then at the end of the year we will automatically renew your membership to ensure you retain all of your benefits. Plus, the price you pay when you join will never go up for as long as you remain a member, and that's a guarantee.
And remember, when you join the club, you will start saving from the very first order you make, as the discounts will be applied immediately. So with all that the YouGarden Discount Club has to offer, why not join us and start saving today?
We'd love to help you make the most of your garden for less with the YouGarden Discount Club.
Did I get a bit close?
You're fine.
Am I making you feel awkward?
No, I know you very well now. If you just walked in from outside, I'd be a bit nervous. But
all right, we're starting your end.
Right, so on permanent bells. I did have a curry yesterday, so I don't.
It's all right, don't worry.
I haven't got curry breath.
I haven't smelt you.
That's
You're
all right.
fine.
Good.
So that is the club. You will see the 2 prices on screen. We want to pay the lower price. The lower price is your club discount price. You can join on your first order. So if you're brand new to us today and you want to get those savings and you plan on spending a small amount on gardening over the next 12 months, it's definitely worthwhile because of all of those amazing benefits. Let's pay £8.47 for 3 perennial plants. Get in that club to do that. Now, what we've put out on the table here for you is a selection, because this is a lucky dip. So what we're going to do for you is pick 3 from our range of 9cm perennial plants for you. I like this, and I said this on Thursday as well. There aren't, right, as you get older, you don't get as many surprises in life, do you?
It's difficult to get surprised, isn't it? Because you've been through most things.
You've experienced your wisdom, you've been through a lot of stuff, like, you know, you don't get many firsts anymore.
No.
Sorry, I don't mean to be miserable about it. I don't mean to bring the tone down. But it's nice to get a surprise, isn't it? So I quite like this. This is like Christmas Day. But what we will make sure we do is pick 3 amazing plants. And it's going to be a mixture, isn't it? Foliage colour, flowering colour, aspect in the garden, sun, shade. You know, you're going to get a variety.
Yeah, and these, I mean, this selection here, this could be typical. Get 3 of these, for example. So you could end up with a hollyhock, which would be great because they give drama, don't you? You've got height, you've got all the flowers. You could get a heuchera, the Palace purple down there, which is good because that's good for shade. Also sort of semi-evergreen. You might get an agapanthus, which is great for full-on sunshine and being really, really baked. So, in essence, you will get 3 different perennials that are going to like possibly different parts of the garden. Obviously, they're going to have different flower colour, different flowering times, different heights, different foliage textures. And they're all going to be good for coming up year after year after year, because they're all perennial. So you are going to see them coming up and getting bigger as time goes by. And they can be in beds and borders, or you can put them in pots and containers. The option's yours. But basically, at the end of the day, you'll get 3. They'll be really nicely grown on. They'll be in the 9cm pots, and they'll just give you joy for year after year after year. But the fun of it is, it's a lucky dip. So you just, you won't know what you've got until you get it.
But it will be labelled, it will be named, so you can then work out where you're going to plant it in your garden. It's 561297 and your discount club price is £8.47. So I just want you to think about that for a second. You're going to get 3 amazing plants and they're going to be less than £3 each. That's what it breaks down to, £2.82 each for a Lucky Dip perennial plant.
Look at that one.
Is phenomenal value for money. Heucheras, brilliant. Absolutely adore those. It's one of my mum's favourites. She loves a heuchera.
And this is, I mean, it's actually come out of its pot, which is good because I want you to see the root anyway. But this is what I say sometimes, you know, in certain garden centres, you'd see this in a 2 litre pot for perhaps $7.99, $8.99 for one plant. We're getting to use in a 9 centimetre pot for that, what Beck said, £2 and some pennies.
£2.87.
Yeah, which is just phenomenal. Brilliant. And you can get 3 of those. All
right, 561297 if you want to go for the Lucky Dip perennial plant. £8.47 delivered price there. The chat's carrying on. I love it. Simon's put the pheasant berry on his list. Grimmy said he'd ordered it on Thursday. Rita says you'll love it. Simon spent most of the summer trying to keep the local cats out of his planters. He started keeping his dog toys in one of the pots. Maybe that's a good way of doing it, actually. I quite like that. Eleanor bought the Polestar years ago and it was really expensive. This is great value and it's already in my basket. You're getting 3 of those, so that's really cool.
Nice to hear.
Ruth says there's at least 3 plants she'd like from today's show, but not sure how much room she has. There's always room for more plants. That's our motto here. Work out what you can do, Ruth. Neil says, oh, YouGarden, are there any bulb offers other than the great prices? I'm not sure what the plan is, Neil, to be honest with you. Obviously, we've got some deals and things and the free postage happening at the moment. As we move through the season, I'm sure we'll start bringing more offers in. The only thing that you risk then, obviously, is have we still got stock of the ones that you want? So I don't know. I'm not part of the commercial team, so I don't know what their plans are as far as offers and things are concerned. Sorry, I couldn't be more helpful on that one. I
did hear of some bulb deals, but not kind of possibly... Well, I don't know, I might have said it now, but
shut up.
I'll shut up.
It might not be on here. You might be thinking TikTok, because they do different things in different places. They do different things in different places, and Neil watches us on TikTok as well, so...
I like to help people out. Shop
where you find the best value. Neil says, an iceberg that loves the sun, who'd have thought?
Oh, I like it. I like what you did there.
Mauricia, what do I do with my delphiniums so they return next year? Mulch, definitely, so the slugs and snails don't eat the new growth in springtime. But they're pretty tough, aren't they? Hardy.
Yeah. Also, Strolch as well will keep the slugs off of the new shoots.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're really, really bone hardy delphiniums. What they like, though, is a nice open, sunny position. Don't make them compete with other plants. Give them a nice bit of space. That way you'll get those really tall stems and you'll get lots and lots of beautiful flower.
Neil says, keep thinking, do I sacrifice the lawn or not in my garden to get more space? Mauricia would.
Yeah.
Simon says, yeah, why not? Yeah. Less mowing to do.
Yeah, grass doesn't have pollen, does it? So it's no good for bees. Well, it does, but
But then Grimmy has come back in saying, tricky, Neil, lawns are important for the wildlife, and there is an element of that.
Yeah, but
then you can offset it with the amount of flowers and stuff you put in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a judgment call, Neil. It's a judgment call.
I've had to sort of say no more of my lawn disappearing though, because otherwise I won't get the lawnmower around because it's getting so narrow. Yeah.
Ruth says those chiffon hibiscus are amazing. I have the white and the lilac, and it doesn't matter how much of a Chelsea chop I give them, they still grow back. My white one is currently around 7 foot tall. It's a beautiful thing that they get nice and big. I'll come back to more chats. You're having a lovely time in there. I like it. Thank you so much for joining in on the chat. If you're new to us, you can join in on chat on Facebook and on YouTube, or you can send us any emails as well to YouGarden. No. To ygtv@yougarden.com. Let's show you some more plants though, shall we? We're going to show you a Chelsea Flower Show winner, the Agapanthus Blackjack.
Look at that. That's good, isn't it?
Stunning. In fact, Alistair sent us some pictures of his on... I'll see if I can find it while you tell us about it.
I'm not quite sure why they called it blackjack, because it's not black.
It's not black, but, well, it's the buds, isn't it? Because the buds are a really dark purple,
they are really...
and then they open up to a deep purple.
Yeah, and you get these... Look at this. I mean, that is an absolute stunner.
Not Alistair, Andrew, sorry.
That is I mean, there's no disputing that this is purple. I mean, sometimes we have that argument, is it mauve, is it purple, is it blue?
It's purple.
It's purple. Purple. These are great plants for containers. if you keep them really, really pot bound. If you keep them really pot bound, they love to flower their socks off. In fact, weirdly, I was a new customer last week. It was a garden that had been left to go to sort of rack and ruin a little bit, so we were bringing it back round. And there are agapanthus in the border there, and whoever had planted them previously planted them in pots and then planted the pots in the ground.
Yeah.
Which is just a brilliant idea, because that way you just keep them pot bound, makes them flower more. If you're going to put them directly into the ground, full sun, well drained, they do very well on poor soils as well. Great for sandy, gravelly, stony soils, great for sort of planting up near the house. These are hardy hibiscus as well, so no, they're not. They're agapanthus even. So in that well-drained, sunny position, they will come back for you year after year after year. I can't remember the flower height. Was it about 60?
About 60.
Yeah, about 60.
Oh, well, between 60 and a metre.
Yeah, yeah. So and quite big sort of flower heads on these as well. So yeah, really dramatic. A good sort of 3 or 4, 5, 6 weeks of flower on these. They don't flower instantly as well. They'll kind of send up sort of new flower spikes over a period of time. Loved by the pollinating insects. But really, really dramatic, these.
Well, Andrew sent us this picture on Thursday. He did say they're starting to go over now, but it does give you an idea of how beautiful these can look. And that's a real customer's garden right there, looking absolutely stunning. Lovely sort of firework displays you get from agapanthus, and one of the deepest, richest colours that you will have. An outstanding flower for the garden, but also a great one to use as a cut flower to bring indoors as well if you want to. You'll get 3 of the 9cm pots included there. 21.22 is your discounted club price, and they will be delivered absolutely free of charge, because you will of course use your offer code YGTV3325 on that one. Thanks for sending that in the other day, Andrew, if you're watching again this morning. Let's move over, shall we? Another great deal on this one. Now, the Musa Bijou, you're actually going to get 2 of these included in here. 2 amazing Musa Bijous, £12.74.
Guess what?
I've got these.
I got these. I got 2 of these.
I haven't got these yet.
In fact,
next year I'm going to do these.
I've just had to move them.
Have you?
Yeah, because I got a pair of these from YouGarden, good sort of 2 or 3 months back, and mine started off this height. They're now 3 times the height of this.
Wow.
Yeah, and the leaves well, they're way bigger than the leaves on here, and they've done that all in about 3 months. And the trunk has probably quadrupled in width. So these are really dramatic. I've had a lot of stick. Well, not a lot of stick from a lot of people, because I put like a video up on TikTok about these, and I've just had some people say, well, one person come up and they said, you can, and they did, I won't do all of them because there was millions, but they said you could never grow a banana in the UK that's hardy and it'll come back year after year.
Oh, I love it, know it all.
Yeah, and they were really adamant about it. But you can, because I'll quickly zip through. You've got 2 options with this Musa Bijou. My lovely friends Pauline and Richard live in Suffolk. They have got Musa Bijou that is now 12 foot tall. With huge, great big leaves. So what they do is each winter they really, really protect the stems. They sort of put loads and loads of fleece around, then they put chicken wire around, they pack straw in between. So if you can keep the actual trunks of these frost-free during the winter, year on year, you can keep getting the trunk to get taller and taller and taller.
Yep.
If you want to. If you forget to do that, and we have a frosty winter, quite often the top growth will get frosty and it will just flop over. But it's not job done with these, because these are root hardy. They will come back from the root the following year, and they can get to a couple of metres in one season. So you decide what you want to do with them.
Interesting. Okay, good.
But they are tough. And I know this because I grew them in my old garden in Bishop Stortford. I grew one there. I had it in 5 or 6 years it was there, till I moved. And I protected it during the winter. And in fact, it was quite weird, because quite often at the end of the winter, you would start to see the top of the fleece, you could see the new leaves were starting
to poke through.
Yeah, it was starting to poke through. And then sort of you unfleece it, and the leaves looked a bit like, kind of a bit anemic to start with. And sometimes
they don't take long.
Oh, they don't, no.
Do they?
And sometimes they'd have a bit of a straight line across, where I'd sort of chop the top of the stem off before I'd covered it in the winter. But then within 3 or 4 weeks, those new leaves come through. I'm not exaggerating. The leaves can be this wide. I mean, longer than that even, like lengthwise, and that kind of width. So if you want a real dramatic banana that is hardy and will come back year after year, and will produce, but that's somebody else who gave me grief as well, because they will actually produce real bananas, and mine did, but you can't eat them.
No, they don't ripen, right?
Yeah, and they're just not an edible variety.
Yeah.
I mean, wild animals in their native places would eat them, but we wouldn't want to eat them.
Yeah.
But somebody else again gave me grief. They said, well, what's the point of growing a banana if you can't eat the bananas?
Oh, I love that one.
I
love those comments.
What's the point of having a cat if you can't eat your cat? I mean, certain things in life we have for the joy and pleasure, don't we, of existing with them and seeing them, and we don't have to eat everything, do we? So, honestly, try these. They're amazing.
This is interesting because you could just leave it out and not give it winter protection.
You could.
Everything above ground will die off, but the roots will stay hard.
Although, having said, I do remember a few times, again, back where I used to live, a couple of winters I didn't cover mine because we had a very, very mild winter. It still pretty much grew from where it left off.
So if you weren't to give it protection around its, stem and everything, you wouldn't get it as tall. So if you want something massive and tall, a little bit of horticultural fleece in winter.
Yeah, really good protection. There's a few places, gardens that I visit, and now some of them have got trunks as thick as a human leg.
Oh my God, this is what I want in my garden. Okay, I'm going to do this next year, guys.
So basically all you do is, before the first frost comes, all you do is cut all the leaves off, chop the top off, and then go round the main trunk with horticultural fleece, probably about
just
a
like
dozen
some twine,
times.
tie it in.
Yeah, tie it in, and then put a hoop of chicken wire around as well, about that far out from the trunk, and then pack that with straw between the trunk and the outside of the chicken wire. You go with more fleece on the outside. It sounds like a lot of hoo-ha, but you only do it once. Leave it like that, and if you stop the frost getting through, then next spring it will grow back from the height it used to be. And I've been to customers' gardens. Well, say my friend Pauline and Richard in Suffolk, their banana trees are mind-blowing. My friend Helen, she lives in Grays, and she's got a banana tree there. Same thing. Year on year, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Totally worth the effort, isn't it?
Yeah,
of course,
absolutely.
if you container grow them, you can move the plots as well, which then makes that winter protection just that little bit easier. Who was it that sent me this picture? This is Dingo. Dingo sent a picture in of his 3 banana plants that he bought last year, looking absolutely fantastic. I will point out those aren't all Musa Bijous. Maybe there is one in there, but just to give you an idea of banana plants in your garden and the kind of display that they can give you.
Yeah, that might be the Ensete ones, which aren't root hardy, but Musa Bijou, it is the Japanese banana, so it will always come back from the root, even if the top growth doesn't come back year after year. Amazing.
Thank you so much, Adam. A mine of information there. Brilliant. 680072 is the item number. 2 9cm pots. £12.74 is your delivered price on that one. Yeah, I'm excited. I just didn't do it this year because of the house move, and so next year I'm going to do it, promise. I want those in my garden. Right, moving on, we're going to go to the Euronymous. This is the Emerald and Gold. Now these I have just planted. As a border in the front garden where the lavender came up, I decided to put these in. The reason I chose these is low maintenance, low growing and spreading. So it's going to fill where the lavender was beautifully.
Yeah, these are tough. I've planted probably thousands of these over the years in different gardens. I love Euonymus. They are so adaptable. They will grow in full sun. They will grow in shade. They will grow in clay soil. They'll grow in sandy soils. They're evergreen. They look gorgeous all the year through. They're bone hardy. They'll take -10, -15, -20 in frost. They never get particularly tall. And also this particular variety as well, if it hits a vertical surface, it'll actually start growing upwards like an ivy.
Yeah.
And then they develop these little tiny roots called adventitious roots that grip onto the wall. So it's quite bizarre, that habit. But if they don't hit a vertical surface, they just spread out and they make really lovely ground cover.
And these will spread by about 3 feet. So one of these plants will actually fill a really nice area. So I planted 6 of these. I can't remember how long it is, but basically I know that those 6 are going to fill that entire area.
Yeah.
And just such low maintenance plants. Love the colour combination of this one as well. I'll make no secret about it. Euonymus is not one of my favourite plants. And Adam's always sung its virtues to me. And I am sort of turning onto it a little bit now. But this one in particular I do think is a standout one. I think that colour combination of the foliage is really beautiful.
It's lovely. And in spring, the colour combination is even more incredible. Around about May time, when the rhododendrons flower and the new foliage comes through, it is so colourful. I mean, really, really beautiful colours. colours. I mean, one of these plants, if you imagine the top of a wheelie bin dustbin lid, one of those plants would cover that kind of area.
Quite happily, yeah.
Yeah, easily. But as I say, you can grow these in so many different parts of the garden. Full sun, full shade, part sun, part shade, clay soil, sandy soil, rich soils, poor soils, pots, beds, containers. You know what? You could even, for this year, if you wanted to, put these in your hanging baskets.
Nice.
In fact, you could leave them in your hanging basket for a good 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And they could be like a permanent feature in your hanging basket, and then you just change the bedding around it.
511547 is the item number on that one. It's £11 and 2 pence, your discount club price. That will be delivered free of charge as well, as long as you use the offer code, please, YGTV3325. Now, we're going from one extreme from foliage colour to the other extreme for foliage colour. Actually, probably would work quite nicely together, wouldn't they?
You know, you just took the very words out of my mouth.
Yeah,
definitely.
the corners, it's kind of
I could see them growing
fortuitous that we
underneath
put them next to each other. Yeah, these could grow really nicely. This is called Cornus alba nightfall. So Cornus, dogwood family basically is what we're talking about here. So you will get the wonderful stem colour. It's not looking that red now, but it will start to go those lovely red colours. Beautiful plant.
And it's nice and compact, this one. I mean, you can let it get up to about a metre and a half if you want to, or you can clip it. And quite often with things like dogwoods or cornus, if you clip them little and often, that's when you get the most sort of dramatic new foliage come through. Bone hardy, these, really, really tough plants, cornus, and they sometimes, well, not sometimes, they actually do well on very wet soils. Even waterlogged soils, these can do well on. So if you've got really heavy wet soil, you've tried other shrubs and they rot off, they just don't like being in that heavy wet soil, cornus are absolutely fine. But alternatively, this one is small and compact enough to grow in a pot or a container, and it's a bit of a different, unusual cornus, because quite often cornus are celebrated for their very bright coloured foliage. Bright green, sometimes they have the lovely white margin around the edge. This one contrasts beautifully with the stems. You've got the dark chocolate coloured leaves, you've got those lovely reds, that red veining that goes through the middle, the red of the stems as well, which look glorious during the winter time. Just imagine a group of 3 of these with those lovely red stems during the winter, and then some of your winter flowering bulbs coming up in front of these, perhaps some of the blue crocus, perhaps some of the Dutch master daffodils, sort of contrasting against those lovely winter coloured stems. So they're one of those plants that you can start to do lots of different contrasting things with in the summertime with the foliage, and in the winter time with those wonderful, wonderful coloured stems. And just one other quick tip on these as well. You get the best coloured stems from the newest foliage. So what I would be tempted to do is probably late spring, late spring, sort of mid to late spring, trim the cornus down to whatever height you want it to be, and then all the new stems that come through, they'll be the most colourful stems for the following winter.
So that one has a £15 saving. You are spending less than you are saving with that one. Discount club price £12.72. Put your code in, you'll get £15 discount, you'll get £6.99 taken off because of the postage. Join the club and it'll take the price down even more to £12.72. 511675 is the item number on that one. I'm going to show a couple of pictures if you don't mind. Front garden phormium and back garden oleander. This is from Lisa and Michael in Spalding, who have a gorgeous garden. Pictures of our phormium coming into flower and our oleander. Both have done amazing this year. Loving the show and always watch. Thank you. It's lovely that we've got so many regulars that come in and watch every single week. We appreciate it. It means we can keep coming here and talking about plants to you. So thank you very much. And this is from Lisa and Michael in Spalding, just down the road from us here. So look at this.
Oh,
and the phormium flower just starting to appear there. I think they are. I think phormium flowers are stunning.
See, they've done a dry garden.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Oh, do you know what? I love dry gardens. There's just something so amazing about them. That is flipping gorgeous.
Isn't it?
That is stunning. I love it.
I like that.
Look at the grasses and the verbena and all the phormiums, and it's got a bit of a look. It looks like it'd be like somewhere like Arizona or Nevada.
It's got a very wild feel to it, hasn't it?
Love it. That is
very
absolutely awesome.
nice. Oh, I could have scrolled. Sorry. And then we've got the beautiful oleander, which is in the back garden there.
Look at that. And I love the change of style, because the other one was very kind of dry garden kind of look, and this is really sort of cottagey garden, isn't it? Look at that oleander, Bex. The size
amazing.
and the height of it with the white flowers on.
Flowers.
And lovely against that sedum, that purple sedum there as well, which is now they've changed the name to something ridiculous beginning with H that I refuse to learn. I shall call them sedums until I die. I'm not going for the new name.
Not playing that game.
No.
All right, and they did send us one more picture, which I need to bring in because it's got puppies in it. Look. Oh.
Are they Dachshunds?
Yeah.
Oh. These have 2 Dachshunds. Oh, wow.
You need to get more dogs.
Yeah, we will get Dachshunds.
You do need to get
We've got
some.
the names already. We just need to get the dogs.
Get the dogs, Adam. Come on. Sort it out.
Yeah.
You need dogs in your life.
I just need to retire and have more time to look after
You need
them.
dogs in your life. Dingo. What's Dingo saying? Morning, Bex. Oh, we did that one already.
We can have Colin, Gerald, Dexter and Perkins.
You can have 4 of
Yeah,
it?
that'd be their names, yeah. Because Gerald's John's dad, who's still around. Colin was my dad, who's gone now. But then, we saw somebody else had a Dachshund called Dexter and one called Perkins, and we liked the name, so yeah.
I met Adam Frost yesterday because he was doing the talk after me.
He went to the same school as me.
Did he?
He did, yeah, Burnt Mill in Harlow.
I didn't get a picture. I felt a bit silly. Can I have a selfie? I didn't. But his wife was there and they had their little dog. Do you watch him on like Gardener's World and stuff? Because the dog's quite famous, isn't it? Buster, I think his name is.
I can't remember his name, but I know the dog you mean.
Oh my, I was like, I want this dog. He was so, he's a tiny, I think she said he's a miniature Jack Russell. And he was just me. Honestly, I want that dog. I was playing with him backstage and he was so happy. So now I want a 3rd dog. Which my husband has said no to, but
dogs are good for the soul.
I don't listen to him. So.
They are good for the soul.
Gregory, yes, there is a problem. He's like, best discount ever. I will show it. If you are finding this on the website, yeah, there's a problem. They're not £999.99. I think that if you click through to it from there, it comes up with an error page. But if you put the item number in and go through it via that way, it comes up correctly. They were supposed to be fixing it. I don't know what's happened there, but yes. Very funny, isn't it? Right, I've caught up on the emails. There's loads going on in the chat, but I'll come back to that in a little while. Shall we go and have a look at the oleander for now, shall we? Yes, we do still have a little pocket of this stock available. Mauricia sent us a picture of the ones that she received earlier on, but you can actually still get hold of the Oleander Standard Yellow for £25.49. But this isn't any old oleander. This is a double-flowered oleander. Wow. And plus, the yellow, it's elegant. Yeah, it's buttery, it's beautiful.
Also, if you get your laughing gear in there as well, I tell you what, it's fragrant. It really is fragrant.
Oh, my word. That is the most... That's the most fragrant.
That is really sweet.
Yeah,
really,
that's
really
beautiful.
It's
lovely.
Just elegant. It is stunning. It is beautiful. It's elegant. It's charming. It's fragrant. It's classy. It's classic. It's, yeah. Wow. I mean, oleanders for me, I'm a bit envious because somebody not too far away from me is going to be in oleander land soon, in a few days' time. And when this lady arrives at her destination, within a very short time, she'll be out of those glass doors, kind of where the taxis are.
Don't. I've still got to get through the afternoon. Stop it.
Where the coaches are. And very, very quickly, what is she going to see? She's going to see oleanders. Lots of them. And she'll probably see pink ones. And she'll probably see red ones. And she might see some white ones. But even in those places, you very seldom see these ones.
True. If I spot one, I will be taking a picture.
A really unusual colour. Just one quick thing to say. A couple of those pictures you saw there, they're not as yellow as that.
No.
So ignore those couple of pictures.
Much more buttery. Much like this. This is what you're going to be receiving.
This is the colour. They're not a really brash, bright yellow. They're really soft, gorgeous, elegant yellow. Double flowers, fragrance, evergreen foliage. These just scream holidays, the Mediterranean, kind of happy sort of memories of sitting by the beach, sitting around the pool in the hotel, just creating that wonderful holiday feel in your garden. They're on this wonderful stem as well, because they're like standards. You can plant right up underneath if you want to. You could plant these in pots and containers. You could plant them outside in the garden. They're hardy down to about -4, -5. I would say in their first year or a couple of years, when they're sort of younger plants, just give them protection during that colder time. You know, don't make them sit through a really long cold winter's night where it's going down to -5, -6, -7. If you've got them in pots in a colder area, you don't need to bring them in and put them on your mantelpiece, even if it's just somewhere that only goes down to 2 degrees or 0, or even just below 0, they'll be fine. Perhaps put them in your porch or a cold conservatory. All I'm trying to say to you is if we get some extreme weather, just help them through that.
Depending on where you are as well,
Yeah.
often just right next to the house will do the job.
It'll be fine, absolutely. But they're worth that extra effort. And I'm seeing, I mean, when I was a kid, you never saw oleanders growing outside anywhere. Now I see oleanders all over the place, everywhere. And you and I were saying about that one we saw in Chiswick on the way to QVC.
On the way to QVC, which we drive the same way, and it's right there on the left.
Huge, great big one on the left-hand side, in somebody's garden. I was in Sittingbourne a few weeks back, and I put a video up of that. And there was a garden there with 5-6 foot oleanders, pink, white, red. They'd obviously been there quite a long time, but they got through. Where I live in Swaffham, there's two gardens there that have got pink oleanders flowering right now, and they have been in that same position since I moved there 7 years ago, and I've not once seen any fleece or any protection go over them. But I will say they are in sunny, very well drained positions. So, but yeah, if you want to grow an oleander that is extraordinary, elegant, stunning, beautiful, fragrant, and different, I mean, look at that shot there. How that is
so
just
good.
Fabulous, isn't it? Honestly, go for one of these. It's an absolute steal at this cost as well. I don't normally do the big sales thing, but honestly, the value on these is phenomenal, and the stock is getting very, very low. So
680172 is the item number on that one. You've got your £10 saving, £25.49 your delivered price. Grab those while we've still got a few of those remaining.
Oh, that fragrance specs is so
good,
nice.
Isn't it? Right, so Linda has ordered the Hibiscus collection. She's planning a border just with various colour chiffons, which is going to look amazing, having all three of those. Lots of stories in here about surnames and who's got what surname. Ruth has been doing the ancestry thing and she's recommending it to people. Mauricia is 3 times great-granddaughter to Billy Bray, first baptism, Baptist minister of Cornwall. So much going on in here. I love you chatting away to each other. Ruth says she loves Euonymus. I have a lovely Euonymus that hangs over my border wall. I'll send a photo. I shall look forward to receiving that. And so many chats with each other. So I'm just trying to find something I can. Not that I can't read them out, but you know what I mean. Neil's done the ancestry thing. Found out we used to own the land Chatsworth House in Derbyshire is built on. What?
Wow, and
it's amazing the things you can find out.
My mate Russell's been doing this, and the things he's found out about his family is just extraordinary. Really extraordinary.
Yeah. Ruth said, did you do my email earlier, Bex? I might have missed it when I was like, I don't think I did yet, Ruth, so I'll be coming to those in a second. Ruth's heading up to Pinchbeck at the end of the month. I found out it's just down the road from YouGarden. Yeah, it is. It's just down the road. You've got Springfield Shopping Centre just up from Pinchbeck as well, which is really good. It's an outlet centre. Go to Springfield. It's really good.
The Simpsons do 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 do. That's Springfield, isn't it?
That is Springfield. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, I've caught up. Right, let's move on, shall we? 680019 is the item number for the large citrus orange tree. £12 saving, £23.79, no postage to pay. And this volcanic Sicilian compost earth that they use to plant these things in, I tell you, that is heavy.
I tell you,
so getting that delivered free of charge is amazing.
If you imagined a bag of our compost weighing like that,
you wouldn't be lifting it.
You wouldn't get out of the building, would you?
It's the volcanic.
It is
something or other that you use over there, isn't it? It's heavy.
But you can't grow oranges in the UK anyway, can you? So you just have them as foliage plants.
Was this another know-it-all? No, you can. The thing is, they are quite easy to be able to grow fruits. There are so many that we've got on the nursery that have got fruits on. Now, the one you're going to receive, we cannot guarantee flowers or fruits will be on it, but some of them do have them. What we can say is they are at the level of maturity where they can start producing.
Definitely, yeah. That's a really good size, that one, isn't it?
Beautiful.
That sort of nice standard stem, and they love a summer holiday. So does somebody else right next to me. She's not mentioned it much.
I haven't mentioned it. I'm trying to keep it.
She's not mentioned it much since about March. Probably. I mean, I've said Swaffham about 500 times. I think Bex has said Turkey about 600 times.
So excited.
But honestly, you can grow these, and these love being outside during a British summer. I've got one outside. It's a lemon, not an orange, outside my patio doors. It's loving it. During the winter time, they won't like to be outside during a British winter, but they don't. Again, like I was saying about the oleander, just somewhere sort of, even if it's only 3, 4, 5 degrees, that'll be fine. Or just bring them in, put them in a cool conservatory, put them in a window somewhere, put them in a porch, somewhere like that. Evergreen, so you've got this lovely foliage all the year through, which is absolutely fabulous. And when these flower, I mean, I'll be up front of you, the oleander has got an amazing fragrance, but if these two are playing fragrance trumps, then this one would be top trumps.
It will win.
When it comes to fragrance, the fragrance
Cannot believe
on these,
the fragrance.
Oh, it is, talk about suit you, sir. I mean, it is really, really beautiful, really sweet. And then, of course, they start to produce the fruit. And you end up, eventually, with a plant that has fruit ready to pick. You have fruit that's developing, you have embryonic fruit, and you'll have flowers all simultaneously. And what Bex is doing there is you can normally, just by smelling the leaf, you can... Oh yeah, that's definitely orange. Although we did it the other day on there, and I got them all completely wrong. Yeah, I was saying to Matt, so you can tell which is which, and I ripped a leaf and went... And I said, I'm not going to look at the label. I said, that's lime. And Matt went, no, it's lemon. But generally, yeah, you can tell. But easy to grow in the UK. So, I mean, most of the time, probably from late April to late October, you can leave these outside in a nice sunny spot. If you feed them, use a citrus feed. Use an acid feed, an ericaceous feed. If you pop them on, use ericaceous compost.
Marissa was just asking that. Is the orange tree have to be repotted with the special soil? Yes, the ericaceous is
use
what you need.
ericaceous compost, use ericaceous feed. But yeah, you can grow lemons, oranges, limes, all those kind of things in the UK. A little bit of extra effort, a little bit of TLC. With a year like, or summer like we've just had, it's getting more and more likely that you can do that.
680019 is the item number. Your £12 saving, £23.79. Just reading this one comment because I missed this one earlier. Ruth was like, "Oh, I found out that my great-grandfather was a policeman in London at the time of Jack the Ripper." Wow. He was also the original PC-49. If you're old enough to remember the stories, I'm sure you are. No, I'm just joking. I love all of this. That's so interesting, isn't it? I might have to look into this ancestry thing. Right, let's give you a little reminder of a few items, shall we? And we're going to change over to show you some more plants. We've got the double tulip pink here. Now, these are bulbs. You're going to get 20 of those. £10.19 is going to be your price on that one. And these are the kind of, you know, really special, outstanding tulips. Going to reach about maybe 40, 50 centimetres in height. Beautiful layers of petals on there. Actually really interesting with the markings that you've got on the petals too. Not just a single colour. You've got real variation going on in there. £10.19 is the discount club price. 600040 is the item number. Go to YouGarden.com to place your order and make sure you use the code, please, so that you get your free postage on that one as well. We've also got the Dutch Master Daffodils for you. Big, bold, beautiful, bright yellow flowers on here with that characteristic trumpet at the front and centre, naturalising beautifully. So these definitely, reliably will come back for you, you know, every single year. They will multiply, they will spread, and they're going to look absolutely outstanding. Those are your Mother's Day flowers, aren't they? They definitely herald the start of spring. Great for cutting and bringing indoors. Pots, borders, doesn't matter. Sunny spots is ideal for them, though they can cope in a part shady position as well. Another one that's £10.19, and you're going to be getting 15 of those. 600463 is your item number. The hibiscus. We haven't shown you this one, but if you sorry, no, we have shown you this one. This is the 3 collection you're getting. So you've got the white, the lavender and the pink included in here, and it's the chiffon collection where you're going to get all 3 of them with the massive saving. £45 discount, £6.99 postage you don't have to pay, and then take a bit more off for your club discount as well. So you're saving well over £50 by using the code and being a club member. 510281 is the item if you'd like to go for that one. We have other hibiscus available, by the way. If that one isn't tickling your fancy, there are others available on the show page with the free postage. I think there's the tricolour standard. You might even be able to get these individually as well. We've just highlighted this because it is the best sort of saving and everything for you. 510281 is your item number. We had the pheasant berry, the Lycisteria, also known as golden lanterns. The plant with many names, but also looking amazing for you. deciduous will drop its leaves in winter. Makes it really exciting when they come back into leaf though, isn't it, on deciduous plants? Then you're going to get the flowers and it's going to form those berries. The flowers are very unusual. You know, they've got these dangling sort of clusters of flowers there. The berries form, which birds are going to love. We recently found out that they are actually edible once they get really dark in colour. Make sure you eat them once they are, you know, properly ripe, because they taste bitter. But once ripe, they are sweet like chocolate. They taste like caramel or toffee or something. It's beautiful. 511523 is the item number if you'd like to go for that one. We've got a little surprise for you with the next one, the perennial lucky dip. You're going to get 3 of them for £8.47. £2.80 something it was per plant. Nicely established, gorgeous selection, quality plants. Could be anything. Could be a heuchera, could be an echinacea, could be a lavender, could be an agapanthus. What we can guarantee is that it will be amazing, and it'll be nice to get that surprise, get it home and work out exactly where you're going to plant it in your garden. 561297 is the item number. If you want to have a little surprise and go for an amazing lucky dip perennial plant collection there, 3 9cm pots included. Agapanthus Blackjack was the Chelsea Show Plant of the Year in 2023, so very recent winner. Stunning flower, this one. Beautiful Agapanthus. Love the sort of firework display you get from them. Of course, they are relatively easy to look after. I know regulars are probably laughing at me for saying that because it's taken me a few years to get it right. But look, just follow the tips. Make sure that you keep the roots restricted. Don't treat them to our compost. I can't believe I'm saying that. They don't want rich compost. They want to be treated mean. Treat them mean and that will encourage them to flower for you. You'll get multiple flower spikes on these. A wonderful perennial plant. Put it somewhere really nice, bright and sunny. That's where they're going to enjoy it most. 3 9cm pots included. 21.22 is the discount club price and your item number is 561058. Use your code please, YGTV3325 to get all of those savings. Ruth says Springfield is on my list, Bex. Good, make sure it is because you get some really good savings. When you go in, over the crossing, on the right hand side, opposite Molten Brown, which is also really good, there is, I've forgotten the name of the shoe shop. But you get some really good deals in that shoe shop.
Simpsons?
No.
Clark's?
This is a fancy one.
Oh, fancy one.
It's a fancy one.
Oh, Minolo Blanc.
No, not that fancy.
Okay.
Anyway, go into that one. You get some really good deals in there. I go and buy things in there all the time. Cheap.
Skechers.
Like good shoes, cheap. It's good.
Skechers?
No.
No. Oh, I give up now.
Like Dune or something like that.
Okay. That's a fragrance as well, isn't it, Dune?
Yeah. Oh, he knows his stuff, doesn't he? Look at him.
You could actually use that to put in your smelly shoes, couldn't you, as well? You could have June shoes and June fragrance.
Let's get back to what we're good at talking about. This is the Tragulospermum jasminoides. This is the climbing star jasmine on the trellis in the 19cm pot. £16.99. And get your nose in there.
Yeah, and you could put this in your smelly shoes as well, because I'd say there's a bit of a fragrance fest going on today, isn't there, really? But yeah, again, these, oh, goodness me, the fragrance on these, that is gorge. That is really, really nice. And it's one of those fragrances that's just spot on. Sometimes I love the fragrance of lilies, but I know some people find lilies a little bit too kind of fragrant for them, a bit too sweet. Whereas this is just gorgeous. A lovely sweet fragrance and so many attributes for this plant as well. Evergreen, so all the year through you've got leaves to look at, which is really, really nice. But in the autumn, a lot of the leaves will turn a red colour. They don't drop, they just have this seasonal change. And then next spring, they go back to being green again. Very drought tolerant, this plant. Once it's established, it will grow in the most awful, dry soils. I've seen them grow in clay soils. I've seen them grow in clay soils. The only, sandy soils rather. The only soil they won't put up with is really heavy, wet soil. They can get 15, 20 foot long. They can cover a long, big area on a wall. Where I used to live, I used to have one come off the side of the front door, went over the front door, over the living room window. Just give it a little bit of support to climb on it. It sort of twists and twines, and that's how it kind of supports itself. But for week after week after week, you get these white pinwheel flowers. Just the most.
Don't worry about the beak. That's the people who've come in to look after the plants leaving. Yeah, and go away in a minute.
And you'll get that really, really incredible fragrance, and it will grow in full sun. It will grow in part sun, part shade. beautiful, stunning, lovely.
I've got 2. That's how much I love this plant.
Well, I've got one, but I've got a pink one, not a white one.
Actually, yeah, I've got a pink one and a white one.
I wish I could have dug my old one up when I moved, but I couldn't because it was just too mature. But...
Well, yeah, I'm going to have to leave one of them behind because I planted it in the ground to climb the fence, but the other one I've got climbing in the tower pot, which, by the way, if you didn't know, is now back in stock. We were out of stock of the tower pot for such a long time.
We've gone back to our tread one, haven't we?
We have gone back to the beautiful traditional one. But yeah, if you want something for it to climb in, the tower pot is available. Of course, you can climb this up, whatever it is that you want it to climb up, though. £16.99 is the item number for it. A beautiful climbing plant. Love the fact that it's evergreen because a lot of climbers are deciduous, so it's a really good one to have this one as an evergreen plant, and lovely foliage colour. Mine's actually started turning the autumn colours now.
So weird you say that, because on the way in I was listening to Radio 4.
I heard this report as well about how the leaves are dropping.
YouGardens.
Yeah,
and because we've had a very drought-stricken year and very hot, a lot of the trees and shrubs are actually producing their autumn colours.
Well, I was noticing it
much earlier.
Yesterday, I think, when I was driving back from the Rutland Flower Show, particularly the horse chestnuts.
Yeah.
They are really seriously starting to get brown leaves and starting to drop their leaves. They're looking like they should be looking in 6 to 8 weeks' time, and it's happening early because of the hot, dry weather we've had.
And again, it's coming through this morning, all the hawthorn now, red berries. I mean, it's only August, middle of August. I mean, normally you think about those berries turning into September, into October, but
yeah, the blackberries are really, they're almost gone over already. Anyway.
It's the way it is, isn't it? The way it is.
We love it, though, we don't care.
We will adapt.
We will adapt, absolutely. That's what we have to do. Right, from one climber on to 3 climbers for you. We've got the Campsis collection. This is the Trumpet Vine collection, where you're going to get all 3. All 3 of these, you're going to get the red, the yellow, and the orange. So you've got the hot colour.
Guess what?
Sorted. Got all 3 of them.
I got this one. I haven't got all 3 colours. I've got an orange one.
But it's going to work really nicely, isn't it? The red, the yellow and the orange working together. Now, how big are these going to get?
Oh, these can get big, and they're tough. Big. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be unusual for one of these to be able to get all the way from, ground floor to the gutter on a house.
Wow, OK.
So if in a happy position...
They like a sheltered spot, though, don't they?
They do,
I mean, they're hardy, but...
-10 they'll go down to.
But sheltered would be ideal.
Yeah, sheltered is good. The more sun you can give these, the more they flower. And I've got mine in a really great big pot, and it's now grown up the side of my garage, and then it's really weird because it grew up the side of the garage and it grew through the gap between the garage and the gutter. So it's grown up behind the gutter and now it's grown over the garage roof. And I love it. I just love that look of it cascading over the garage. And it's been flowering for weeks.
It's how big these flowers are as well. They're actually very significant and they're quite sturdy.
Yeah, they are.
When you first see them, you kind of think that these are going to be quite delicate, but they're actually quite sturdy flowers, aren't they?
They look like the kind of thing you might see grown in Gran Canaria or somewhere like that when you go on holiday and you think, well, I wish I could grow those in the UK, but they're not hardy enough.
You can.
They are really, really hardy. They are tough. As Bex pointed out there, their really happy place is sheltered, well-drained, warm, full sun position. That's what they like. So grow them on a south-facing or west-facing wall, definitely not north-facing. You could grow them in a large container. You can grow them over an arbour, over an archway, pretty much anywhere. And what they do is, eventually, when they grow up a wall, a bit like we was talking about euonymus, they start to form these little tiny roots that come out of the stems, like ivy, called adventitious roots, and they will self-grip to brickwork and places like that. You can grow them over a wall or along the top of a wall, and they'll kind of just tumble down either side. The leaves turn a beautiful, beautiful yellow in the autumn before they drop. But every summer, for a long, long period of time, you get these great big sprays of trumpet-like flowers that just look absolutely stunning.
550046 is the item number. You'll get all 3 for £33.97. You've got a big saving there as well, £35 saving on that one. Use your code then, please, to make sure that you get your discount and your free postage on there as well. Ruth is saying jasmine is so beautiful, smells amazing, but sadly she's allergic to it. Mauricia remembers the first time she saw this at a nursing home. She was working as a cook and they had it growing on a fence. Excuse me, must admit the garden was a mess. New owner cut it down. That is a massive shame. Ruth said she was at a zoo once, went into their butterfly house, couldn't understand why she kept sneezing and her eyes were streaming, and it was because they had jasmine everywhere. What a shame you're allergic, because that's a lovely plant and a gorgeous smell, but There you go. All right, we're going to give you I'm going to show you some of the items that you haven't seen. They're not going to be brought into the potting shed, but they are available with the free postage. We've still got some more plants to show you. We've still got about 25 minutes, so hopefully we'll get through them all for you. Starting off with the Catinus cagigria. This is called Magical Torch, also sometimes referred to as the smoke bush, and it's to do with these amazing flowers that appear. It's like little clouds of smoke up at the top of the plant. Gorgeous. £10 saving on this one. £16.97 is your discount club price. You will get 3 9cm pots included there. You know the quality from YouGarden. It's always fantastic. Use your code to get your £10 discount, please, and use the code to make sure that you get free postage on there as well. 511550 is the item number. These, when they reach full size, because these can get nice and big, honestly, that is a beautiful sight for you. So 511550, go to yougarden.com to place your order. The Cottage Garden Perennial Collection. Now this is the one where you're going to get the 24 mixed plug plants. Love this. In fact, I planted a selection of these in my garden as well. I had Delphinium, I had Verbena bonariensis, there was Rudbeckia in there. There's all sorts, and you're going to get 24 of them. So they come in packs of 12. So you'll get 12 different plants. In the 24, you'll get 2 of each. That's Astrantias in there, all sorts, honestly. Now they need growing on a little bit, I would suggest. So maybe pots and containers, or actually, could you plant these out now? I reckon you could plant these out now, couldn't you? And get them growing now, get them established. They are winter hardy, so those will go through the winter for you. It's your perennial border in a box, basically. This will fill a garden, and you're going to get a mixture. Some will like the full sun, some will like a little bit of shade. I really like this collection. It's a great way of being able to fill your garden on a budget. 24 perennial plants for £16.99. Absolutely phenomenal. 480050 is the item number if you'd like to go for those. Hibiscus tricolour for you. Now this one is the standard. I love the standards. Height, elegance, structure, container gardeners, these are great for. Can go into borders as well, but for me this is about trying to get as much in your garden as you possibly can. So on this one you've got 3 plants on the one stem. It's been grafted onto there. So the stem doesn't actually get much taller, it gets thicker. The top will get bigger and fill out and give you 3 plants in one. But then you can also underplant this as well. So it's really about space saving and outstanding beauty. Hardy, beautiful, pollinators love them. Very simple and easy to grow, just put them somewhere sunny. 500079 is the item number, and it's £25.49 your delivered discount club price. We've got the Acer Negundo Flamingo for you as well. I just potted mine up the other day into a heavy-duty pot ready to take to the new house, and noticed that my neighbour has got one of these planted in their front garden. Lived there for 10 years, never noticed. But there it is, looking beautiful. And it does, because you get this lovely range of colours. You get variegated leaves, you get cream, green, white, every single cream, green, white, oh, and pink, and every single leaf is completely different. It is deciduous, it will drop its leaves in winter, but it will come back for you every single year, and it can get nice and big. One of the faster growing of the Acer varieties that you can get. 511481 is the item number, and it's £15.29 in the club. The hardy fan palm for you are the Chamaerops, Chamaerops humilis. Do love these. Always wanted to have like a tropical corner in my garden, and this is exactly what I'm going to get in my garden to have. The beautiful tropical nature. The leaves look incredibly, well, they look incredible all year round. They are evergreen. They just need, so once they start to fade, they sort of go a little bit lower. Once they get past 90 degrees, that's where you're going to chop them off. But they do provide lovely shadows and things on the ground. Looking fantastic. Can be container grown. Not overly fast growing, but a nice sheltered sunny spot, and these are going to look brilliant for such a long time in your garden. 680029 is the item number. It's a £5 saving, and your discount club price is £25.49 on that one. So, what we're going to show you now is some more plants. Adam has managed to change the table over. Do you know what? I think we might get through everything. Oh, I've just jinxed it. I have just jinxed it. Let's see if we can do it. We're trying to show you as much as we possibly can on the live for you today. We're here for another 20 minutes. I'll be live this afternoon on TikTok as well, if you want to come and join me on there between 1 and 4 o'clock. And then Adam and Sean will be back with you on Thursday on YGTV, because I won't be here.
You're going on holiday by any chance?
No, yes. Oh, it's my first holiday. Moving on, Exocorda. Let's talk about the Exocorda racemosa Niagara.
Easy to say. Lovely shrub, this.
Easy to grow.
Yeah, easy to grow. I can think of loads of gardens that I go to have got this. It's a nice upright shrub. It can get to kind of a couple of metres tall. But what it has in spring is the most stunning masses and masses of double white flowers.
Yeah.
Really, 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 really gorgeous. I can understand why they called it Niagara, because I guess you see all that water tumbling over and that massive kind of white. Well, that's what you see with this.
Yeah.
And the flowers have that lovely green centre to them. It's bone hardy, this, by the way. I've seen it grow in all sorts of gardens. I've seen it grow in clay. The garden I'm thinking of, it's a really sandy, well-drained garden, very poor soil, but it grows very nicely. It's got a lovely upright habit to it as well. Nice, strong, rigid stems. Very interesting foliage throughout the summer, kind of little willow kind of shaped leaves, lovely autumn colour. Yeah, it's just one of those shrubs, you just plant it, love it, leave it. And in the spring, I mean, most of the year, it sort of bumbles along and it looks great with other shrubs. But in the spring, round about sort of May time, that's when it really comes into its own, and for a good kind of 3 or 4 weeks, it'll just knock your socks off with those beautiful, beautiful white flowers.
511240 is the item number if you would like to go for that one. £10 saving there, £12.74. Great size plant. Be delivered direct to your door with no postage to pay on that one. Love the white flowers. I never used to, but now I'm really turning on to white flowers. I think they're stunning. 511240 is the item number. On to another one that's going to give you some white colour in your garden, but actually colour changing. This is the Hydrangea Magical Himalaya, part of the Magical series. So actually what you're going to get is colour changing from the flowers on here. And these are beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah, this one goes to sort of a white to a limey kind of green colour, which you can see. I mean, this one's doing it. The flowers sort of went over some time ago, but you get that nice colour change. But even then, don't rush to deadhead this, because the actual sort of seed head themselves look great. They look structural on the plant. Good thing about it, again, it's one of the paniculata types, so dead easy to prune. You can leave it the following year if you want to. If it's getting a little bit taller than you want it to be, just trim it down to whatever height you want it, and all the new growth that comes through will flower exactly the same year. So really easy for pruning. Hardy, it will take the frost, it will take the snow. Quite drought tolerant, this one as well, once established. Compact enough to grow in a container, but also looks great in beds and borders.
Do love hydrangea. I planted 4 earlier on in the year, again in the heavy duty pots ready to take to the new house, because I've got this idea of creating a hydrangea border, mostly white flowers, Verbena bonariensis growing up at the back of it, and then Nandina Firepower planted in the front of it. I keep talking about this at the moment. You're all welcome to have that idea, but I like the idea because you've got long-lasting colour of the flowers in the summer. You've got the Verbena, long-lasting, purple and white together, and then the Nandina down the front for when the plants have died back or drop their leaves.
So you've got your interest all the year through then, haven't you, at the front?
I think it's a good...
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
It's a nice combination, don't you think?
Yeah, I think that would look superb to me.
So you can get multiples of these, because one hydrangea looks great, but a line of hydrangeas looks even more impressive, doesn't it?
The thing I find bizarre about hydrangeas is the kind of variety of types of them.
Yeah.
I mean, the different heights, the different flower colours, the different flower shapes. I mean, the one we're going to move on to next, the chocolate one, the hot chocolate, that is so different to this one. It's bizarre, isn't it, how you get these sort of different colours on there.
£14.44 is the price for your Himalaya then, if you'd like to go for that one. Again, £18 saving here. Use the code to get your saving and your free postage, please. Yes, we've brought forward the hot chocolate. I think there's another 1 or 2 hydrangeas available in the show plan if you'd like to have a look at those. But we often bring this one out, but just because of the contrast you're going to get because of the foliage colour on here. I know there's lots of green tones up here, but when you're looking at the plant, you can see all those burgundy tones underneath. And because this one can get nice and big, thick, you will actually see all of those tones.
You do, yeah. This can get to 3 to 4 metres tall, this one. So this can get very, very tall. And this one flowers on the previous year's wood. So don't be in a rush to kind of prune it. I mean, it doesn't need pruning for the first couple of years or so, two or three. Just to let it grow. You can deadhead it late winter to mid-spring. You can just take the old, very kind of skeletonized flower heads off if you want to. But what you'll get a double whammy with this one, because you get the beautiful, beautiful foliage. And the lovely red leaf stems or petioles, but also these flowers can be pink, but sometimes you get a real flush of blue mixed in. In fact, if you look in the top left, you can see there. If you look on the top left, you can see those little bluey bits there. So you get those bluey pink flowers. You get the dark chocolate foliage. You get the height on this. It's tough. It's robust. It's frost hardy, and it's a great hydrangea for filling a big space. Or you can have it as a centrepiece in a lawn, or you can have it contrasting with other plants. I mean, Beck said about the Nandina. I mean, I think a Nandina would look great. I mean, if you put the lemon and lime against this, could look great. Oh, yeah. Or even the Obsessed could look good as well, because the colours of the reds and the colours in the Obsessed would pick up on the colours of this.
A nice big £10 saving on that one then, so £16.99. That is the kind of quality that we're talking about and the size of plant that you would be receiving here. A really gorgeous plant because of the contrast it's going to provide with the other plants in the garden, but also the contrast on it against those gorgeous flowers. Do you remember when we first brought this into the potting shed sometime last year, and I was absolutely mesmerised by those flowers? The pink and the lilac and the blue, that's really pretty. 511507 for that one. Another hydrangea that we've got available for you is the Hydrangea Polestar, and a few of you placed your order for this, got this in your baskets. This is where you're going to get 3 of the 9cm pots, and this is a much more compact hydrangea. So in juxtaposition to the hot chocolate, which is going to get between 3 and 4 metres in height, this one between sort of 50 and 80 centimetres approximately is the sort of size we're talking about here.
And then the magical Himalayas kind of in between. That will be kind of your midpoint height.
And this shows you the wonderful variety of hydrangeas that are available to you. You could have a whole border of hydrangeas and it would look so interesting because of all the variety. So 3 9cm pots, you've got the wonderful colour change on the flowers and really long lasting flowers as well. For most of the summer, those will be on there for you. 511661 if you'd like to go for the Hydrangea Paniculata Polestar. On this table, we brought back the Musa Bijou because this is a really good price. It's such a good price. And Adam talked to you earlier on about how hardy this is. So it's the roots are hardy. It's the stem that needs a little bit of protection. And if you want this to get as tall and beautiful as it can possibly get, all you've got to do is a bit of, fleece wrapping in winter time to keep that frost off this. And then it's very simple to get a beautiful display.
Yeah, I mean, if you keep the stem frost-free, it will carry on growing the following spring from where it left off. So year on year, you can get this banana to get taller and taller. I mentioned earlier on my lovely friends Pauline and Richard, who live down in Suffolk. They've got banana trees at the end of their garden. The trunks are as wide as the top of a human leg. I mean, they're really thick trunks on these. And they're about sort of 12 foot tall, and the leaves are huge. I mean, some of the leaves are 6 foot long. I mean, and probably almost 1.5 foot wide. So if you imagine this one here, I mean, this has been grown as a houseplant, and you could grow it as a houseplant if you wanted to. But yeah, if you imagine that, but you imagine it like 5 times the height, this is what you can do in your garden if you do that extra effort of protecting the trunks through the winter and get them to grow on. Once a year,
that's all you've got to do. It's not that difficult.
Not that difficult. But if you forget to do that and the top gets frosted off, well, it's not game over, because what it will do, it will regrow from the base or from underground, and it will come back again for you. And it can very easily get to a couple of metres from that height in one season. So it's not like you've got to wait forever it to get to a decent size again, but the option's yours. Or if you're in a cold area, grow it in a pot or a container. End of October, chop the leaves off, just chop the top of the stem off, a little bit off the top, plonk it somewhere light and frost-free, drop the watering right down. It might even keep growing a little bit through the winter, and then next spring bring it back out and it will get taller and taller. But I got 2 of these from YouGarden myself probably a couple of months back or so. They were this sort of height, now they're that kind of height. The trunk has already got that wide and the leaves are already that big. And in fact, I put them in the wrong place to start with. So I've had to move them, and they're growing away like stink now. Now I've moved them. All
right, 680072 is the item number if you'd like those. It's £8.37. No, £6.37 each. Even better. So that's why we wanted to bring those back for you, because they are a really good price. And of course, if you container grow them and you've got somewhere to move them to, makes it even more easy to give them winter protection, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
You know, if the horticultural fleece and all that feels like too much of a faff, you can still do it by moving the containers. And our heavy-duty pots would be the perfect containers to grow these in.
And also they become multi-stemmed eventually as well. So you don't just start with one stem; you can have half a dozen banana stems, and then eventually one of those stems will fruit for you and produce bananas. And in my garden in Bishopstalk, where I live, the bananas got about that big, and then I had to cut it down because the frost was coming. But they're not edible, by the way, not for us anyway. But they are very ornamental, and just having, I mean, just imagine anywhere in the UK seeing any bananas form on a tree would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
even
definitely.
if you can't eat them, it doesn't matter, does it?
Absolutely.
Just the joy of doing it is good.
680072 is the item number if you'd like to go for those then, the 2 9cm pots with the £5 saving. And the final one on this table, just as a quick reminder to you of the wonderful tulips that we're starting to get in stock right now. So this one is the tulip double pink. We've also got the alliums and the other tulips and the crocus available on the show plan. But this one, I think this is the most outstanding.
Absolutely.
Oh, I don't know. That's hard to say, isn't it?
Stunning.
It is a stunner, though.
It's like a ballerina's dress, this, isn't it? Kind of inverted. I mean, look at these. These are so beautiful and elegant, almost peony-like flowers on. Look at the pink, look at the flush of colour. Look at the way the petals are kind of just scalloped on the edge there as well. These are stunningly beautiful, these tulips. If you're going to buy any tulip this year, honestly, treat yourself to a pack of 20 of these. That discount club price of £10.99 for 20 of these tulips, all of which are going to, 19, sorry, all of which are going to flower, is just phenomenal. And what I would do, I would get myself 4 terracotta pots, or out pots, whatever pots you want, put 5 in each pot, perhaps put some wallflowers in there as well, some forget-me-nots, something like that, and just create that magical sort of late, sort of mid-spring kind of display, because these will flower at a similar time to when the rhododendrons start to flower and the camellias come out, and it's that time of year all of a sudden we've gone from grey and dark and dank to like a carnival of colour, and that's what they'll create for you.
600040 is the item number, £10.19. I feel like there's some gremlins out today. Look, Luca, hi, not seeing free delivery on my order. Tried putting offer code, no luck. I haven't heard anybody saying that one so far. So Luca, I'm so sorry. First of all, can I just get you to double check the code and make sure? I'm sure you have, but that we have seen orders coming through today, and nobody's commented on not being able to see free delivery. So could you just double check for me that you've actually entered the correct code, that you've cleared any other codes out? Unfortunately, it's a Sunday, so there's very few people available to be able to look into these. So my best suggestion would be there is a phone line, 0844 502 0050. You can speak to an operator who'll be able to look into that for you. But if you don't want to spend money on the phone call, you could email customer services, which is cs@yougarden.com, and they will definitely look into it. So apologies that it's not working. I did see Ruth said something as well. I tried to order the perennial collection, but it says that the code doesn't exist or may have expired. So Ruth, again, I am so sorry that we have a few gremlins. So same advice to you as well. Please speak to somebody either on the phone line or send them an email to cs@yougarden.com. I wish we could fix that for you. I'm really sorry. If you want the tulips, by the way, we've also got the miniature tulips, the red and the white, which come as the 30 bulb pack. Really interesting when you get multicoloured petals on your tulips, by the way. I've grown so many different varieties, and these are definitely some of the more outstanding ones. Great to go for the miniature ones to plant in front of the slightly taller ones as well. It just gives even more colour in your garden. 600308 is the item number if you'd like to go for that one. Now we've got a couple more big plants to show you before we end the live. Still got a few minutes left for you. So we've got the Eucalyptus Goodie Eye Standard for you here. And yeah, another one where we're talking about fragrance, but also evergreen colour. Adam's taken one of the leaves, just having a little sniff there, because it gives it's a citrus eucalyptus scent,
it's nice.
Isn't it? It's
lovely.
Lovely.
Yeah, and also, I mean, if you've just got into a bit of a sweat, because we're suggesting that you put eucalyptus in your garden, you're thinking, whoa. I had one of those before, and it got like 40, 50 foot tall, and it shed all that bark everywhere. everywhere, and the roots all came up through the patio and the drive. Well, fear not, because this one only gets to about between 3 and 5 metres tall. It arrives up to 100 centimetres tall in a 2-litre pot. It's got this beautiful kind of juvenile foliage, this glaucous blue foliage, looks great all the year through. And if this looks a bit familiar to you, if you've ever had flowers sent to you through the post, or this is the kind of eucalyptus they use as a filler to put in those flower displays.
Foliage filler, isn't it?
Yeah, foliage filler. But it's lovely. I like this. It's really happy, cheerful foliage. It's frost hardy, it's tough, and they'll grow in very poor soils, eucalyptus. Poor soils, very well drained, stony, gravelly, sandy soils. You could grow this in a container. You can leave it to grow wild like this, or natural, or you can trim and shape it, completely up to you.
It's a very nice, easy plant to grow, evergreen colour, and of course you can use that foliage for your fillers and things. But you can, like, if you took stems of this and you put it into into your bathroom and you ran a hot shower and created a steam, it can create that lovely. It's like it's like a spa in your own home, because it'll release the eucalyptus into the house as well. Great in winter when you've got your bunged up noses and things. 680117 is the item number. A £10 saving, £25.49 is the discount club price. Neil, big thanks to you. He's given them tips. Ruth, if you go on the website, go to the YGTV Live tab. I believe you can add it to your basket from the list there. She did that. She logged out. She logged back in. She did that, and it's been fixed. So it's worth having a little look to see if logging out and logging back in works. You know, switch it off, switch it on again. I know it's annoying, but sometimes it works. If not, cs@yougarden.com. Go to customer services, they'll look into it. Okay, so the other one we got for you here is the Bay Standard. This is the one I wish I'd got. I got the Bay Shrub, and it's one of my most favourite plants in the garden because it's evergreen, it has flowers.
Smell that.
And it's one of the most useful herbs in the garden. I flippin' love using bay in cooking. It's one of the most fabulous herbs.
It's gorgeous as well, and again, it's a shrub with so many attributes. First of all, it's on this standard stem, which is lovely, so it won't get much taller. The stem will get wider, but not taller. You can plant right up underneath it. You've got that wonderful evergreen foliage, so all the year through, you've got lovely, lovely green foliage on this. Christmas time, you can put fairy lights over this. You can leave it to grow natural, or you can trim and shape it into these beautiful ball shapes. They look so elegant.
I like that.
Quite often, if you drive through expensive parts of London, if you drive through the banking districts, if you drive through where the hotels are, you see bay trees either side of the doorways, don't you?
You do.
In the reception areas, and those great big Versailles planters.
It's because they're quite aspirational,
yeah, they
aren't
are.
they?
They've got that look to them. They look expensive. They look elegant. They look sort of grand. They're like the aristocrats of the kind of the herb world, if you like. But yeah, obviously you can use the leaves for cooking, for Italian cooking, whatever cooking you want to use these for. They flower as well. They have little kind of yellowy white flowers. And I'm just looking on the screen there. If you're seeing those little white patches,
don't worry about
those. That's just the lime or the calcium coming out the water.
We have really hard water.
So you know, when the new leaves come through,
away.
Your leaves will be glossy. They'll be shiny. So yeah, if you want something elegant, tough, evergreen, that's going to look beautiful all the year through with fragrant foliage, leaves you can eat. If you want to put this in some pots or containers, we haven't got some in here, but I mean...
Oh, the heart. Can we bring it up on the website? Is it possible? I'm sorry, I forgot. I left it outside, but the heart planter would look absolutely amazing with this.
That would look good.
It's the lovely heart shape. It's got heart design. In fact, I'm going to grab it.
Yeah, it's literally
Stay there, you tell them.
It's literally just outside the door there, Bex, isn't it? So, yeah, it looked great in there, and because that's sort of wide enough and heavy enough. I think they're around the other side, Bex, around the back. Yeah, so Jake is showing you here. This is what it looks like, very elegant. And that sort of dark kind of grey coloured tub there with those heart designs, that would contrast so beautifully with the foliage. And the pot, it's white on the inside, and it's got this lovely colouring on the outside. And you can see there how lovely that is, contrasting.
I think that would look absolutely stunning. I love this pot. I've got a few of these myself, and it's actually one of the toughest and sturdiest. It's the thickest of all of the plastic pots that we've got.
UV
it's got
stable.
some real sturdiness to that one, and
Frost
I
resistant.
just love the design. I think that heart shape around there is beautiful.
In fact, what I'd be tempted to do is perhaps put some little lavender head coat around the base or something like that.
Just like in those pictures, because the lavender looks really good against the bay,
would
didn't
look
it?
lovely, wouldn't it? Or you could put some oregano or some parsley or some sage, or
have a proper kitchen garden.
Yeah, just create a little miniature herb garden in a pot, because you've got enough room then, and because this is a standard, you can plant right up to the base.
130393 was the item number for the pot. 680234 is the item number for the standard bay tree there. So you've got some really awesome planting suggestions. Absolutely adore that. I think evergreen colour. Pollinators really love the flowers that come through on there as well in the summertime. I think it's got the RHS Award of Garden Merit. I'm pretty sure it's got the badge of perfect for pollinators too. So yeah, wonderful plant. Wish I'd got that instead of the shrub personally. Maybe in the next house. 680234 is the item number for that one. And then we've got the chiffon collection for you. So all three of the plants that you can see here for £25.47. And Adam said it earlier, the RRP of £74.97, 25 quid each, absolutely bang on. You would pay £25 normally per plant. These come in the 3 litre pots, but you're going to be paying £25.47. That is
crazy.
£8.49 each.
Crazy, crazy, crazy mad prices. One of the best prices we've done on anything I've seen this summer. Should be, 20. I would not worry about paying 25 quid for one of these in a garden centre of this quality. I mean, these are multi-branched, they're green, they're lush, they're verdant, they're covered in flowers, they're covered in buds, they're in 3 litre pots. This is what we're going to send out to you. They're super tough, they're hardy to -20. They flower mid to late summer over a long period of time. They've got lovely upright growth habit. They get to about 2 metres tall. You can prune them down late winter, early spring if you want to. They grow back really, really well. They flower on the same year's wood. Just one thing not to panic about. If you get to the end of May next year and we've had a cold winter and they're still not in leaf, don't panic, because they are one of the latest plants to actually come into leaf. But they come out late, but they flower late.
But they flower for ages.
They do.
This is what we love about it. You are saving £45 by entering the code. You're also saving £6.99 by entering the code. So under 52 quid you're saving there. Plus, if you're a club member, we're going to take the price down from £29.97 to £25.47. So even more saving by being a club member. Do consider joining that club. It costs you just £10 to join. 510281 is the item number for that one. It's the best value item we brought for you today. Brought you a lot, so that is saying something. It's been a joy as always. Thanks, you.
Bex.
Thank you.
Have a great holiday.
Jake. I won't be here this week. I'm going somewhere warm. It's been a long time coming. But yeah, I'll be back in a week or so. Yeah, I'm so excited. Come back and join me this afternoon if you want on TikTok. I'll be live from 1 till 4 on there. Otherwise, Adam will be back on Thursday with Sean.
Yeah, I will.
Sean will be on QVC at 12. I'll be on TikTok at 1. See you soon.
Take
Lots
care.
of love.
Bye.
Enjoy your Sunday. Bye-bye.